It's time for high school sports on the NCW Life Channel. Today's broadcast of high school sports on the NCW Life Channel is presented by Harvest Valley Pest Control, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, Confluence Health, Les Schwab Tires, Biosports Physical Therapy, Impact Auto Sales, the Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Town Toyota, Automocha, JDSA Law, and Weinstein Beverage. Now let's go live for all the action of tonight's coverage of high school sports on your home for local sports, the NCW Life Channel.
Good evening, football fans. Welcome to Lee Bofto Field here at the Apple Bowl. Along with Grant Olson, I'm Eric Granstrom. It's homecoming night, 68th time around for homecoming in the history of Wenatchee High School. And boy, what a matchup we have for you tonight. As the Sunnyside Grizzlies are in town, they're 3-0 in the Big Nine. Wenatchee 4-0. It's a battle for postseason right here tonight, Grant.
You know, it's the game of the week for sure in the Big Nine. In fact, King 5 Television, I was watching that early this morning, named this as one of the games of the week in the entire state of Washington. And I think, Eric, because of everything that transpired last year, Wenatchee going to Sunnyside, losing a close one, a little bit of bad blood at the end of that game, Wenatchee's had this date circled all year long.
Well, and there was some bad blood during summer camp that happened right here on this field as they had some fisticuffs happen. That's something that neither team can afford to do tonight, is to get penalized for silly stuff.
And you're exactly right. It's going to be about mistakes, and I think it's going to be about big plays tonight, and I think it could be turnovers. Could be a big part of it tonight, because we're having some wind here in the Wenatchee Valley, gusts around 40 at times, so that's going to affect things tonight. But I'm excited. This is going to be a great matchup.
Yeah, it might be one of those nights where we expected it to be maybe a rushing attack for Wenatchee against the passing attack for Sunnyside, but throw the script out, Grant. This wind is the equalizer here this evening.
And you and I were talking earlier today that a lot of times when it's two high-powered offenses matched up, you're expecting a 37-34 game, and it ends up being a 14-10 game. So it might be a lot lower scoring than we think, but I kind of doubt it here tonight.
I think we're going to have a track meet possibly up and down the field tonight. Are you ready for some football? We certainly are here tonight. It's Sunnyside, it's Wenatchee, coming your way next on the NCW Life Channel.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires. You know, we've been helping keep folks safe on the road around here since 1952. That's why you can save up to $152 on a set of 4 select light truck and SUV tires during our fall tire sale. All with a service you deserve, but just don't find other places. Swing by or book an appointment at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
At Harvest Valley Pest Control, we know you are committed to making your home and business a healthy and pest-free place. Hi, I'm David. Give us a call and we'll give you a firm price over the phone and schedule a time that works for you. We will do an in-depth 30-point healthy home or business inspection and craft a customized plan of action designed specifically for your pest issue. Give us a call or visit our website today.
The pregame show continues here on the NCW Life Channel as we get ready for Sunnyside and Wenatchee. It is not only the game of the week, maybe the game of the century I've been joking about here, Scott. This goes back to last year where you guys had everything in your sight, kind of stumbled down the stretch. Little chance for payback here tonight?
We just want to win. You know, a victory is payback. We had them last year. They made a play towards the end of the game, and you know, one thing that I remember the most is we were in the red zone, I think 6 times and couldn't score. So, you know, that was the name of the game right there. So, you know, we're going to finish this week.
That was something Eastmont had a problem with last week in the loss down there, as they got in the red zone but then couldn't quite cash it in. This is a good football team that you're facing here tonight with a sophomore quarterback that's throwing the ball all over the yard.
Yeah, he throws the ball to some playmakers. You know, they don't make him read any defense. It's slants and goes and quick screens, and he gets the ball out quick, and he's got some guys who can really fly once they get it in their hands. So, you know, for us defensively, we're going to try and eliminate those short passes, and if he does complete them, we need to make tackles.
They got a lot of big plays. That seems to be a lot of their offense is find Rivera and find a big play along the sideline, something like that. How do you prevent those big plays from happening?
Well, it's tough because they get the ball out so quick, you know. So I think we got to mix the coverages up a little bit, keep them thinking a little bit, and also get some pressure on them. We think we can get some pressure on most teams that we've played this year. We got some tall defensive ends, and we've been working this week on getting your hands up to try and eliminate some of those slant passes and things they do really quick. And then, you know, offensively, we need to run the ball and keep them off the field. That'll help too if we can, you know, score and keep them off the field.
They're not invincible. They've lost a couple of games this year. They lost one of those pretty large fashion. Is that something you talk to your guys about?
Oh yeah, we spent a lot of time with the team watching those games where they gave up a lot of points, and that's their defense. They're pretty high risk. They play all man-to-man all the time, and if they don't make plays, they give up some long touchdowns and a lot of touchdowns. And a couple of the games they've lost, they gave up big points.
Oh, by the way, it's homecoming week.
Yeah.
We saved that for last.
Yeah.
I know that's always a challenge for coaches. How's it been, and how do you think it's going to be?
Well, tonight's the big Buff Puff volleyball game, so everyone's excited to go play volleyball. You know, I just hope no one sprains an ankle. That's what I tell them. Have fun.
That's the first thing I'm thinking, ankles.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, totally. It's happened before. You know, just have fun, enjoy it. I've told them all week, though, kind of in the back of your mind or in the front of your mind, you should be thinking about what you need to do on Friday to be successful. And
That's a delicate balance, isn't it? I mean, you want them to enjoy it, especially the seniors, but there's that fine line.
always is. You know, teenage boys do goofy things. You know, years ago we had a guy in the volleyball tournament that got in trouble and got kicked out of school. You know, and so he couldn't play. So things like that happen, and you just, you know, want to pound your head on the wall and cry. But, you know, it's high school, and kids are kids, and you want them to have fun and enjoy everything they can, and you only get to do it once. But ultimately, I know I'm pretty confident they'll be ready to go Friday.
Is there at all that little hammer you might have, aside from the fact you got all these things on the line as far as Big Nine and everything else and what you want to do postseason-wise, but the dance is really going to suck if you guys lose. Yeah. Some of them, you know, some of these guys, they don't have dates, they don't go.
Oh.
So,
and none of them have any dance moves. So,
okay.
you know, for them, the dances are never any good because they're, you know, they can't get girlfriends.
Well, Scott, best of luck tonight to keep everybody healthy. We'll talk to you afterwards.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. Scott Devereaux joining us here on the Pregame Show. We'll come back and talk to one of the players, Ty Waterman, who has a last name you probably recognize. We'll talk more about that coming up next here on the NCW Life Channel.
JDSA Law is a proud sponsor of these local sports broadcasts. They've been serving North Central and Eastern Washington since 1946. For over 70 years, their team of dedicated professionals has delivered quality, innovative legal services. JDSA Law partners with you to provide the finest legal advice and support as you navigate your personal and business challenges, risks, and accomplishments. At JDSA Law, they salute our local athletes and wish them well on another excellent season of competition.
At Town Toyota, we believe in our community, and we're proud to support this broadcast of local sports. Town Toyota defines reliability and value in both its products and in the dealership itself. We are home to legendary products like the RAV4, Highlander, and Camry, not to mention Tundras and Tacoma trucks. Of course, we offer service for everything we sell, and a great selection of pre-owned and certified vehicles as well. So enjoy the game and visit Town Toyota for all your automotive needs.
Pregame show continues here on the NCW Life Channel. Now talking with Ty Waterman of the Wenatchee Panthers. Ty, talk about the season for you specifically and goals, and where are you?
Well, for the past 3 years on this team, our goal has always been to win league. That's a huge part of it, and this year it really feels like we got to a great start. We had a hard game against Mount Si, but we fought our asses off and got pretty close to that dub, and then ever since then it's just been moving forward and winning games and trying to get to that league championship.
So you got the team coming in that you want to get a little payback on from last year, right?
Yes, for sure. Sunnyside's a great team. They got a great receiver in Mike and a really hard running back. They got a great looking defense, but I feel like we're, if not better, on par with them, and we can win this game.
So what did you think as a team when you heard after your game against Davis that they knocked Eastmont off last week?
It's not a surprise. Watching that game on film, it was a trench warfare. Like, they worked hard, both those teams, and I think we're the 3 best teams in the league, and I expect nothing less than coming down the wire in that game.
So, of course, we know Darcy's your mom.
Yeah.
And you got Russ, your dad, over at Eastmont.
Yep.
Talk about that from your perspective on having 2 very prominent people in the Wenatchee Valley.
Oh, yeah, we were just talking about it. Like, my mom, I can't go anywhere without talking to 40 different people about everything. And then my dad just always in the household talking about Eastmont, Wenatchee. What are you guys doing this week? What are we doing that week? And probably the biggest.
He's trying to get inside information.
He's trying to get some little sneaky little plays in. Probably the biggest thing that my dad and I, like, moment we ever shared where it, like, really drove me was when we lost last year. And I get home and I'm sitting there in the kitchen, and the trophy's just sitting there on the table. And I'm just like, that's just motivation to go get it and go get after it again. So
I know you guys don't look ahead, but things being where they are, again, that game could come down to deciding a heck of a lot here in a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's hard not to look at the schedule and see, oh, if this happens and that, then this and that and this and that. But the main goal is to win out. If we win out, we win it all. So it's just our only mindset right now. So
tell me about Ty off the field. What do you like to do?
Well, I like to hang out with my friends and just do normal kid stuff, I guess.
What is that? I mean, today?
Probably today I'm going to go watch some Buff, and then go home, eat some food, and watch my dogs probably.
Okay, so this is a question I haven't asked for whatever reason because I think it's just assumed. Are you a sports fan?
I'm a huge sports fan. I played football and baseball. Whole family did sports. Dad went to college for sports. Brother went to college for sports. Sports family. If you don't like sports, my family, you're kind of disowned. So,
well, what's the future for you after high school?
I plan to attend Washington State University. Okay. Go Cougs always. And I kind of want to do what my dad does, be on the college level and be a college AD.
Okay.
Yeah.
No coaching in your future?
Definitely going to coach.
Okay.
Probably going to end up coaching baseball. Love baseball, but I would not mind coaching football either. So.
Okay. Who's going to win the World Series?
I got the Nationals winning the World Series.
Oh, really?
They're looking good right now, and the Astros are a strong team, but Nationals looking good.
All right. Well, best of luck here tonight.
Thank you.
Ty Waterman joining us here on the pregame show. We'll come back, get you the starting lineups coming up next.
My awesome is being able to share my passion for yoga. I found yoga in my mid-40s to help me kind of de-stress and calm down, and it actually changed my life. Washington Trust believed in me. I felt like, okay, they got my back. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna go for it. It actually makes you feel like more brave. I do have a lot of awesome in my life.
What's your awesome? Whatever it is, we'll help you get there.
What's your auto mocha emergency?
It's a Frapita mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate Frapita.
Definitely the espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha Frapitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Welcome into the booth. Grant Olson along with NCW Live Sports Director Eric Granstrom as we are set for the game of the Big Nine so far this season. And Eric, this might be the game of the Big Nine for the year right here at the Apple Bowl tonight. It's huge.
Oh, absolutely. Both of these teams undefeated in the Big Nine coming in, and both want to get to the state tournament, but both also would love to win that #1 spot in the Big Nine title. And this could be the most important play of the game, Grant, is the coin toss right now by our head referee, who is Mike Penning. He's out there with the captains for both teams. We got to watch this carefully because this wind is not going to die down tonight.
Just going to say, Eric, we got to talk about one of my other favorite subjects, and that's weather. And that will affect tonight's game. It does blow pretty much from, what, northwest to southeast here in the stadium. And, yeah, it's going to play a big part, whoever gets the wind, I think, in the second quarter and the fourth quarter, which will be the biggest quarters in this game, most likely tonight.
So if Wenatchee wins the toss, the smart thing to do would be to elect to defer to the second half. So then you have the choice come the second half. So you've got that football with the wind at your back in the fourth quarter. And it will be Wenatchee receiving first, so that means they lost the coin toss. And so it will be Wenatchee football to start things off, and they will be heading into this win here tonight. So let's take a look at our starting lineups here, Grant. Brought to you by TC Slingers. If it's rock, bark, sand, or soil, no need for wheelbarrow, shovels, or rakes. They'll place the material for you.
For the Wenatchee offense, it's Camden Sermon at quarterback, 6 foot, 186-pound junior. Obadiah Young, one wide receiver. He is a 5'10 junior. Johnny Amezcua, 5'10, 145-pound sophomore at receiver. Also J.J. Jelsing, very athletic receiver, a junior at 6 feet. Riley Coons, the tight end, one to watch here tonight. Nathan Blauman, Mr. Everything so far this season for the Panthers, a senior running back. And then the linemen are Cam McKenzie, Andy Jimenez, Trey Jagla, Sim Cass, and Vincent Bendley. Head coach of the Wenatchee Panthers in his 16th season, Scott Devereaux. And by the way, Eric, we wondered about rushing records and rushing titles. The rushing record for the season, Jacob Sealdy, 1,762 yards. So we'll see how Blauman compares to that by the end of the season, but that is the record.
3 games left, including tonight in the regular season. The ball teed up by Rafael Facundo Colmenares. The 6-foot senior, 190-pounder, will kick with the wind at his back. Jelsing is back there along with Blauman on the kickoff return. Also back is Jonathan Amezcua. Here we go, Grant. Let's play some football.
Let's go right now. Panthers in their home purples, Sunnyside in their away whites with the red, and they're not going to give Jelsing a chance to even run it back. Fair catch is called just shy of the 30-yard line, and that's where the Panthers will take over, first down at 10. The first drive of the night in this huge Big 9 matchup from the Apple Bowl on the NCW Life Channel tonight.
Jax Tucker on the fair catch there, and a good choice. That was something that Sunnyside showed a lot of in their tape last week in the win over Eastmont, knocking off the Wildcats 29-28. A botched field goal for a chance to win it for Eastmont.
All right, Sermon back in shotgun. Nathan Blauman in the backfield with him. Trips right side this time. Sermon all kinds of time to throw, flushed out of the pocket. He's got room to run right side, 30, 35, 40, up to midfield across the 45, and takes a header down at the Panther 46-yard line. And a gain of 26 yards on that. Or was it 16 yards? Excuse me.
About 15 yards on that play there for Sermon. Great coverage downfield by Sunnyside. They're just going with a man coverage on all the receivers for the Wenatchee Panthers. Sermon couldn't find anybody. His offensive line gave him great time, and a good heads-up play by him to see that green grass around the right side and on the near sideline to our cameras and get 15 yards on the first play of the game.
And obviously with Blauman, 1,119 yards on the season. Everybody thinking run, but Sunnyside 7th in the league against the pass. We may see a little bit more passing tonight from the Panthers. This time it's a handoff, and it's, I guess, bobbled. I think he was kind of going to fake it to Jelsing coming around the corner, and Sermon was going to keep it, but it just didn't work out. Sermon goes to the turf, and that's a loss of 2 yards.
Well, now what you want to do on your second play of the game after such a great, good first play. And I think you're right. I think Sermon wanted to keep that football, but the fake, as far as Jelsing was concerned, he just grabbed arm, ball, and all.
Right.
And Sermon goes tumbling to the turf.
I think this is a situation where the Panthers don't need to get real fancy right now. Do what you do best, and that's give it to Blauman and run the football. Blauman this time in motion out in the flat. Sermon, it's a quarterback draw, planned one, as Sermon crosses the 45, gets positive yards up to the 48-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 2.
Biggest man out on the field for the Sunnyside Grizzlies with the tackle there, Angel Valencia, the starting tackle, a 6'1", 325-pound senior. Also up front for the Grizzlies, Juan Ceja, a 6 foot, 240-pound senior. Dominic Gonzalez,
he's a big boy too, Eric. Holy cow.
255, 5'9", he's a junior.
Third down and 8 now for the Panthers. Big third down here early on. Trips left side of the line. Jelsing on the weak side. Sermon back to pass, quick short 2-drop step, and it's over the middle, and it's over the head of Riley Coons, the intended receiver, which would have been just about enough for a first down, but instead goes incomplete.
I don't think that ball was affected by our winds here tonight as he threw into it for the first time this evening, but there was a lot of traffic there, and I think Wenatchee lucky to have an incomplete pass on that one.
So fourth down and 8. Nathan Blauman will be on to punt it away to the Grizzlies.
Blauman averaging 25.9 points. You'd think he'd probably go a low kick here and just try to get it across the turf. not get it up into that wind.
Here's the punt, and he did get it up in the wind, and here it comes back again, and it's going to take a nice bounce out of bounds for the Sunnyside Grizzlies.
That's
and the Grizzlies,
10-yard punt.
Boy, will have the ball at beautiful field position at their own 42-yard line. We'll keep it here, Eric, and not the kind of drive Coach Devereaux wanted to start this game. They did have a couple of nice plays, but then kind of fumbled it around a little bit, and now Sunnyside's got the ball, and defense time for the Panthers.
And Sunnyside comes right over the football and going to go with a hurry-up offense to start things off here and try to catch Wenatchee off balance.
Handoff up the middle, nothing doing right at the line of scrimmage. I believe that's Escamilla, the running back, with the carry, or is it Escamilla?
It was Fernandez.
It is Fernandez, sorry about that. Arturo Fernandez, one of the top rushers in the Big Nine. Eric mentioned that number 3 in the Big Nine with 874 yards so far this season.
Andy Jimenez chased Lloydhammer in on the tackle.
Another quick handoff, and once again Arturo, and he's going nowhere. Arturo Fernandez, that is, and that might be a loss of a yard. After no gain on the first down, and that'll bring up 3rd down, and we'll call it 10.
Boy, the defensive front for Wenatchee, and that's one thing, Grant, we haven't talked a lot about how good this defense is in that front 6.
Boy, you're so right, too. Quick pass in a slant, and it's short of the first down. It'll be short of the 50, and that'll be about 2.5 yards shy of a first down. It's about 7-yard gain on that, make it 8 yards.
You got to watch that. Mike Rivera wearing number 6 for Sunnyside. He's number 2 in the Big Nine in receiving yards this season. Got to keep an eye on him. J.J. Jelsing right there. And I'll tell you what, Grant, one thing that Sunnyside hasn't done a lot is punt. This is their 9th punt of the season.
Isn't that unbelievable? Mike Rivera back to punt. It's a high snap. It isn't Rivera. The kick is away with the wind. Jelsing's going to let it bounce. It takes a Panther bounce. It comes back to the 20-yard line, where it'll be touched by Sunnyside and down there, and the Panthers will take over their 2nd drive of the night.
27-yard punt on that one, and this could be one of those games, Grant, where it's special teams that makes the big difference here this evening. Our broadcast on the NCW Live Channel brought to you by Harvest Valley Pest Control. You can rest assured Harvest Valley Pest Control uses kid and pet safe material around your home or office. Call today for your free estimate. Also by Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, your comfort trained specialist specializing in commercial and residential HVAC systems, online at dicksheatingwenatchee.com.
0-0 our score, 8:27 left in the first quarter. Delay handoff this time. Here's Nate Blauman, his first carry of the night. He's got all kinds of room up the middle of the field, the 40-yard line. Puts 2 hands over the ball across the 50 into Sunnyside territory down at the 48-yard line. 32 yards on the first carry of the night for Nathan Blauman.
Nothing fancy about it, just a handoff inside. And boy, don't we love to see that, where you get between the guards and tackles. And they do a great job blocking up front, this offensive line of Vincent Bentley, Sim Cass, Trey Jagla, Andy Jimenez, Nate Black blocking for the number 1 rusher in the Big Nine.
Boy, and he showed it right there. Another delay handoff. He got a big hole again. Blauman over the middle of the field down to the 42-yard line, and that'll be a gain of about 7 for Blauman that time. Boy, that line, as you said, Eric, doing a great job of blowing open holes here early on.
Absolutely, and you know, the defense up front, we're talking about them, pretty good size, although the defensive end on one side just 6'2", 180, so a little slim on the left or the right side of the defensive front.
Stands out down there, that's for sure.
Yep.
All right, 2nd down and 3 for the Panthers. Ball at the Sunnyside 42-yard line. Panthers in business here on this drive. Handoff this time, fake to Obadiah Young, and Sermon's going to keep it up the middle, just enough for a first down. He needed just a couple and gets 5 yards. First down, Panthers.
4 carries, 23 yards so far for Sermon in this ball game, and Wenatchee just methodically taking their time on this rushing attack, letting those blocks develop. That's what you love to see for every ball carrier.
And that's what I was mentioning on that first possession, Eric. Don't do anything fancy. Do what got you to this moment right now, and that's what they're doing on this possession. First down and 10 now. At the Sunnyside 37, Sermon a clap of the hands out into the flat, and Jelsing, I think he heard some footsteps there and dropped it at about the 39. He had some open field to run too, and instead goes incomplete.
I think if you ask Sermon there, he wants that pass back. He wants to be able to get a little more oomph on that football and get it out there. That's one thing that the defensive backs corners will do, is they're going to provide a gap out there of at least 5 to 10 yards on every single play, no matter where the sticks are.
Right.
And something that Coach Scott Devereaux and company wanted to take advantage of is if they're playing off you that far, get that quick pass out there, get the good yardage you can while you have the opportunity.
And use that athletic ability of Jelsing and Obadiah Young out there in the ends. Second down at 10 now for the Panthers. Blauman in motion right side. Here's that quarterback draw again. Sermon, though, tied up at the 35. He goes down hard there after a 2-yard gain.
Boy, that was an ugly-looking way to go down. Fabian Asaguera comes up with the tackle. The inside linebacker did a good job of spying on Sermon there and kept him to a short gain on the play. Big third down coming up for the Panthers.
Panthers offense, their coaching staff obviously sees something with that quarterback draw. We've seen it about 3 times already in the first 2 possessions here. They're seeing something in the middle of this defense for sure.
Well, the linebackers are undersized, 5'8", 5'11", and light in the middle.
That's probably it, too. Sermon this time is going to roll out to the right, has a receiver there, just let him too much, and that goes incomplete. A Mezqua, and that'll bring up 4th down for the Panthers. What do you do here?
I don't know. Punting into that wind, obviously not the choice you want, and your defense did well on the first series, forcing Sunnyside 3 and out, so why not go for it here?
I'm sure you'd like a little bit shorter down a distance to go here, but
absolutely,
it is on the Sunnyside 35-yard line.
One thing, Sermon's only been picked off twice this entire season.
True. Sermon shotgun, Blauman with him. Panthers trying to draw him off, and they do. That's going to help this situation somewhat. It turns a 4th and 8 into a 4th and 3 for the Panthers, and that's manageable, as Sermon did his job there.
They did. Barked and clapped at the same time, and that defense for Sunnyside just couldn't help themselves, coming off sides in that particular play. 5 free yards makes it 4th and 3.
Camden Sermon did everything but tell Sunnyside, we're trying to make you draw. We're trying to draw you offside.
Well, he might try to do that again right here on 4th and 3.
Ball right at the Sunnyside 30-yard line now. Boy, I think this is Nate Blauman territory if it was me, but we'll see what Coach Devereaux and the staff do here.
Got 7 guys in the box.
It's Blauman with it, and he's going to get caught. Did he make it? He did, and he's going to be short. Does get a couple, about a yard is all, and that will come up short. That was kind of a, didn't look like a clean play either, did it, Eric?
It wasn't a clean play, and also the blocking up front. They were just overmatched there. The offensive line for Wenatchee had 7 guys in the box for Sunnyside. They knew that Nate Blauman was coming with that football.
Sunnyside going quick again here at the 29-yard line. 1st down at 10.
Throw out the flat.
And there's nothing there. Maybe out to the 30-yard line. A 1-yard pickup there.
Jonathan Sanchez, number 2 receiver on the offensive side for Sunnyside, comes up with that football. Rodriguez, 2 of 2 so far for just 8 yards.
2nd down and 9. Pass out in the flat once again, and it's caught this time by Fernandez, who comes to the Wenatchee sideline to the 34, and that'll be a gain of about 3 yards.
Just taking what the defense is giving them right now.
That's a great point, Eric. They really are. It's a great point.
And this is their game plan. This is the game that they like to play. They like to go quick passing, get it out the flat, and make these talented receivers that are very fast try to make a play, make a man miss.
Speaking of talented, we haven't heard from Rivera yet, but pass out in the flat. Boy, that is a very close play there. Better not get too excited, though. There'll be another flag thrown. That will be pass interference, I think.
Mezqua got there a little bit early. Jonathan Sanchez on a crossing pattern. He was right around the sticks where the ball came in, and yeah, tough play, but Johnny Mezqua just got there a little bit too early.
And by the naked eye, it looked like he did too, didn't it, Eric, in full speed, but a very good try for a Mezqua, but that does give the Grizzlies 1st down and 10 at their own 49-yard line. Halfway through this first quarter, 5:39 is all left go in this first period. Handoff, here he is once again. It's Fernandez, tries the middle of the field, fights his way into Panther territory, then is drugged down at the 47.5-yard line.
Well, that's his first gain of the night tonight so far, as Sunnyside eclipses the 50-yard line for the first time here this evening.
Once again, quickly up to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers right side. It's Fernandez, handoff quickly. The Panthers are right there. Maybe the sticks, and that's it. No gain for Sunnyside, and the Panthers against the rush right now are lights out.
I think they missed the opportunity there. Arturo Fernandez, when he got the ball, went left side. Fantastic play up front by the DN, Camden Lloydhammer, to break that play up and get in on the tackle. The offensive line, though, had a huge push on the other side.
Here's Rodriguez back to pass. He's got time. Looks right side. He's going to keep it over the middle of the field, and he's got enough for a first down up to the 39 exactly, or 41 rather.
Oh, they're going to mark him short. I think that was a bad mark.
I do too, to be honest with you, Eric. Got 6 yards, needed 7 to the 41-yard line. This is going to bring up a huge fourth down now. Sunnyside, 4th down and 1 at the Wenatchee 42-yard line.
That's a tough call, too, by the officials, because it's as the quarterback starts his slide and gives up himself.
It's really subjective, isn't it?
It really is, on where that began.
Rodriguez under center, quick snap, and the first down across the 40 to the Wenatchee 39-yard line. Quick handoff.
Devontae Herrera. Once in a while, they'll line him up as a little wingback, and he is diminutive at 5'7", 165, just disappears behind that offensive line, got it up for the first down.
Sunnyside quickly up to the line of scrimmage once again. Rodriguez in shotgun, looking down to the flat and goes left side instead with the wind and overshoots his intended receiver. And that's number 4, Eddie Davila, I believe.
No, the receiver over there was Sanchez.
It is Sanchez, number 9. I'm sorry.
I think
my glasses aren't strong enough, I guess.
Coverage by Amezcua. Pretty decent coverage. They love that slant and go where he does a move inside and then streaks up the sideline. They've connected on that quite a few times this year. 2nd and 10, delay handoff. It's a draw up the middle, and that's Fernandez, and that flag comes down late. That could be a face mask.
That's what
on
I'm
the
thinking
end of it.
too.
Right now, he's got a 7-yard gain. We'll hold on and see if that one stands.
Silas St. John in there from his linebacker position. Panthers clapping, so it might be against Sunnyside. 3:55 left to go. No score here. First quarter. Great to have you along on the NCW Live channel. Let's see the call here, and the Panthers are clapping below us as well.
Marked as a hold against the offense.
There it is. That's a break for the Panthers. That moves the ball back to the Wenatchee 44-yard line. That'll also bring 2nd down and long, 2nd down and 14 for Sunnyside. Slows down the offense a little bit, too. It kind of takes an offense like this out of their rhythm, doesn't it? Penalties, Eric.
Yeah, absolutely. And, boy, have we seen penalties be a huge part of almost every game we broadcast here this year.
No kidding there. As I mentioned, 3rd down, it says. It's supposed to be 2nd. Yeah, 2nd and 14. Rodriguez. Nothing doing. In fact, that's going to be a loss of 3 yards. Back to the Wenatchee 47-yard line.
Simcast getting through and getting the sack. Rodriguez looked like he wanted to get out of the pocket, but the good job by the DNs to force him back inside and right into the waiting arms and the clutches of Simcast.
Boy, this is what you want. Set up Sunnyside 3rd and long. 3rd and 16 from the Wenatchee 46-yard line. Once again, Rodriguez in the backfield. Devin Escamilla is back there with him now. 5'9", 165-pound sophomore. Trip receivers right side. Ball in the middle of the field. Once again, Rodriguez shotgun on this 3rd and long. Quick drop. Looking for some help. Goes over the middle and had a receiver at the 35. It looked like a weird kind of a play, but
that's a well-designed play, actually, Grant. You've got the quarterback rolling to his left. You got all motion going left, and then you get a drag pattern by the receiver, Adrian Pedroza, coming back across, and he was open.
I kind of like that call.
Just missed him.
Big, tall receiver, too. Eric Pedroza, 6'2", 190 pounds. But Sunnyside on for their 2nd punt here in this first quarter. 3 minutes exactly left to go in the period. Good kick this time as it sends Jelsing back all the way to the 2-yard line, and he fields it back there. 10, makes a move 15, 20, and then gets knocked down just past the 20, I believe, at about the 22-yard line. Boy, dangerous.
The net gain there was 2 yards, but that kind of a punt, you just think, oh, my gosh, let that go in the end zone.
But then you think if Jelsing would have got away from that guy.
That's true. Our broadcast tonight here on the NCW Live channel brought to you by Global Car Care, a quality auto repair facility with highly trained technicians celebrating 25 years in the car care business. They speak your car's language at 1840 North Wenatchee Avenue. So far, Rodriguez, the leading passer in the Big Nine, 3 of 5 for 11 yards.
That's the way the Panthers want to keep it in this one. Still no score, though. We're running out of time here in the first quarter. 2:49 left. Panthers' 3rd possession of the night. 1 punt and 1 possession turned over on downs to Sunnyside. We'll see what the Panthers can do and make this 3rd time a charm here. Blauman, handoff, got a lot of room on the left side. No block by Coons there, but not sure he needed it, but gets stood up and then dropped at the 29-yard line. That'll be an easy 7-yard gain for Nate Blauman. He makes it look easy anyway.
Well, that big fella up front, Dominic Gonzalez, at 5'9", 255 pounds. Kind of fools you. He wears number 25. I don't know if that means they put him in the backfield occasionally, but he tried to come up and just no match for the big fella.
He's a big dude.
Fleet of foot, Nate Blauman.
You don't normally see defensive ends that size, but there he is. 2nd down and 3 now for the Panthers. Sermon, fake handoff Blauman. He's going to keep it. Cuts up the middle of the field and nothing there. Boy, the Panthers are just bound and determined to run that play. And no gain there, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 3.
Well, second time we've called his name. Fabian Oseguera coming up with the tackle. Great job from his linebacker position just to see and flow and then fill and then stop.
And, you know, I get the idea, Eric. Everybody's keen on Nathan Blauman. You think the play action to Blauman is going to free up Sermon to run up the middle, but they're not biting. I think they're kind of waiting for that.
Boy, we're quickly running through this first quarter, aren't we?
We really are. Minute 38 left to go now. Still no score in this big nine football game here at the Apple Bowl tonight. Sermon, shotgun. Riley Coons in motion, left side to the right side. Blauman also in motion out in the flat. He's going to be a blocker for Obadiah Young, who cuts it up the middle of the field. And boy, there's just nothing there. That is no gain. He should have stayed maybe on the outside that time, and that'll bring up 4th down and 3 from the Panthers. And once again, Nathan Blauman will be out to punt.
Well, you know, actually, that's not a bad idea on that play, even though he only got a yard out of it, with the thought being that everybody's going to flow towards Blauman. Where's 23? Where's 23?
Right.
You come back, maybe you catch that flow coming the other way and over pursuit.
They're definitely using him as a decoy, aren't they? No doubt about that. All right, Escamilla back for this punt return as Blauman on to kick for the Panthers from his 20-yard line against the wind, and not a bad kick considering that. It takes a decent Panther bounce and then rolls inside the 35, still rolling. It'll be finally downed at the Sunnyside 32-yard line.
38-yard punt that time around for Nate Blauman, so really good into that wind. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Confluence Health, dedicated to improving their patients' health with safe, high-quality care in 12 communities throughout north central Washington. Gusty winds here tonight in the Wenatchee Valley. Some gusts maybe near 40 miles an hour.
Right.
I think we went from a record high temperature to a record quickly turning to low temperatures here.
We did set a record high of unofficially 72 degrees in the Wenatchee Valley today. But here's the handoff back to football. It's Fernandez left side, and once again, just no running room for Arturo Fernandez. Nice D by the Panthers once again.
Again, the sophomore Camden Lloydhammer did a great job on the weak side there of the defense. Ethan Warren, the big 265-pound tackle, was blocking on him, but he fought off the block and made the tackle.
This time Herrera in the backfield along with Fernandez. Herrera gets the catch out of the backfield. Wasn't even touched or defended over there. That could have been a lot worse for the Panthers. Would turn into a gain of only about 2. Could have been much more. Brings up 3rd down and 5 now for Sunnyside with 7 seconds left to go here in this first quarter. This will do it for the first quarter of this play. In this 0-0 ball game. This time Rodriguez goes under center, now back to shotgun. He's got Escamilla and Fernandez in the backfield. I think for blocking purposes, it isn't going to help though, as Rodriguez under a ton of pressure and goes down at the 35-yard line, and that'll be a loss of 2 on that sack.
He tried to pump fake going left, wanted to come back right, but there right in his lap is, take your pick, Sim Cass there, also Jax Tucker, as many other Panthers consumed him in the backfield for the 2nd sack of the night.
That brings up a big 4th down and 7, and that will be the end of our first quarter. At the end of 1 here at the Apple Bowl, it's Sunnyside 0 and Wenatchee 0. Second quarter coming your way in 60 seconds.
No calories, no sweeteners, all smiles. Bubbly sparkling water. Crack a smile.
While we were gone, we missed the punt by Arturo Fernandez. It goes down to the Panther. In fact, the Panthers let it go, and it rolled all the way down to the Wenatchee 26-yard line, and that's where the Panthers will begin this first drive of our second quarter in a four-ball game, Eric.
Tight one here. We wondered what kind of game it would be, and now the Panthers will have the wind at their back. We'll see if they try to stick to the ground here or if they head aloft, maybe try to find some Riley Coons or J.J. Jelsing.
Jelsing very quiet so far in that first quarter, so we'll see what happens here. Sermon in shotgun with Blauman in the backfield alongside him. Sermon straight back, looks left, goes that way, right off the helmet and shoulder pads of Blauman. I think he was looking downfield a little bit too early, and that goes incomplete.
Well, and also a little bit too much pep on that pass out in the left flat there as Blauman turns towards the quarterback. He's got room up the sidelines in front of the Sunnyside bench to run there. That ball just thrown a little bit too hard at him.
Both teams a little bit tight here, too, in this first half. It is a big game, no doubt about it. Second down and 10 now for the Panthers. Ball still at the 26-yard line. Riley Coons splits out into the slot now from his tight end position. Obadiah Young comes into a tighter slot along the line of scrimmage. Sermon shotgun. 4 receivers right side over the middle, and a little bit of contact there right at the 35. No flag. The intended receiver across the middle, was it Obadiah Young?
Yep.
A little bit of contact there, no doubt about that.
I think that one pretty well timed by, it was kind of a front and back there. Oseguera as well as Rivera over the top. They had him sandwiched, and man, that was a rifle throw by Sermon. He is really juiced up here. Maybe needs to calm down a little bit.
3rd and 10 after 2 incomplete passes now in this possession for the Panthers to start the second quarter.
6 for 1 yard so far.
Holy cow. And Mezcua in motion. He's flying down the sideline. He was open, but so is Coons over the middle, 44, 45-yard line. And that'll be enough for a first down and a 19-yard gain.
Well, we wondered after last week and Riley Coons making his comeback after a knee injury and missing 3 weeks. Riley was kind of the player of the game a week ago, coming up with one catch after another ball that was zipped 100 miles an hour, fastball. But Riley Coons right there with a good pause for the grab.
Boy, it was a Mezcua on the fly, wide open on the Wenatchee sideline. First down and 10 now, Panthers. Ball at their own 44-yard line. Blauman right behind Sermon this time and does get the handoff up the middle. Has some room, as he always does, across the 50. Gets slammed down hard at the Sunnyside 49-yard line. That's a gain of about 7.
5 carries, 53 yards for Blauman in this football game, and we're just underway in the second quarter. I gotta think you got the #1 running back in the Big 9. He's got over 1,000 yards rushing this year.
You just pound him.
Good offensive line. Just keep
absolutely
feed him, baby.
Absolutely. Second down and 3 for the Panthers. Obadiah Youngs comes far side. That's 4 receivers now on the right side. Sermon looking down the middle of the field. Steps up into the pocket, still has lots of time to throw. Now he's going to keep it. Gets a block from Coons, a beautiful one, as he cuts it upfield and gets all the way down to the Sunnyside 35-yard line. Gain of 14, all made possible by tight end Riley Coons.
Yeah, Coons and Jelsing both saw that Sermon was going to come their way, so hey, we got to start blocking for him. And a great decision to run when nobody was open by Sermon.
It's the second time the Panthers have been at least at the Sunnyside 35-yard line. We'll see if they can cash in on this drive. First down at 10, 10:05 left to go second quarter. A Mezcua in motion, handoff is Blauman. Boy, he followed the hole right up the middle of the field, inside the 25 down to the Sunnyside 21, gain of 14.
14 yards and a giant gulp there for Nate Blauman. Great blocking up front. He had a huge hole in which to run, and he takes advantage for another first down for the Panthers.
And it was Andy Jimenez, Eric, that got that block. Great job by the senior. He's played a really good season this year on both sides of the ball.
Really has.
Another first down for the Panthers, this time now in business at the Sunnyside 21-yard line. Remember, the wind at their back and a good field goal kicker for the Wenatchee Panthers. Here's Sermon shotgun. He's going to keep it left side. He's got Blauman out as a lead blocker. Cuts it upfield. Does get a nice gain. Don't know if he quite made the Sunnyside 15, but it'll be down at the 16-yard line. Gain of 5.
5 yards, if you can get that, then why not? The Panthers here offensively this season, we mentioned number 1 of the Big Nine. They've had 1,705 yards rushing coming in, 1,351 yards passing, nearly 8 yards a play. You get 5 yards there. Yeah, I'll take that.
Panthers a nice looking drive. The drive that began all the way back at their 26-yard line.
8 carries, 44 yards for Sermon so far on the ground.
Had a nice game. This time Sermon up under center. Blauman in the backfield. In motion, Obadiah Young, and he's going to get the handoff with Blauman as a blocker. Doesn't quite make the corner. A nice tackle over there by the Grizzlies. And Obadiah Young will be down at the line of scrimmage at the 15, the 16. I'll give him 1 yard line, 1 yard to the 15.
I get it. I get the idea is you got 6, 7 guys in the box, so why not try to stretch it and get around the corner and get outside? But they've got such team speed, Grant, that those defensive backs can come up easily and stretch those plays to the sideline.
I totally agree. 3rd and 4. Make it 3rd and 3 more like for the Panthers. Riley Coons in motion, now comes back right side. Takes his spot as Sermon shotgun with Blauman behind him. Blauman the handoff. Nice big hole again inside the 10. And that'll be another Panther first down. He got down to the 9, got 6 yards. Needed 4, got 6 for Blauman, and the totals just keep racking up for Nathan Blauman as the Panthers now inside the 10.
73 yards already for Nate Blauman in this game. Simcast, Trey Jagla, center guard on that side, just blowing it wide open. So you got Andy Jimenez, the guard from the opposite side, coming through. He's looking for somebody to block. There's nobody there.
8 of the 11 defenders for the Grizzlies, hands on hips. As we see this first down and goal now for the Panthers. Sermon in shotgun. Jelsing in motion this time. The handoff, Blauman on a delay inside the 5. Nice tackle, but not before Blauman gets all the way down to about the 4-yard line, gain of 5 yards.
One thing I'll call this, Grant, this is a punishing drive by Wenatchee. You're seeing Sunnyside slowly get up to their feet after making a tackle. Israel Morales, the 6'2", 180-pound senior, made that tackle. He got the worst end of that from Nate Blauman.
They come back to haunt you a little bit later in the game, too. It gets a little bit colder out as the game progresses. That wind a little more biting.
How many yards was that last carry?
5 yards.
5 yards, okay.
2nd down and goal for the Panthers. Under 7 minutes. Panthers have had it pretty much this entire second quarter. Here's Blauman, just waltzes into the 10 zone. Touchdown, Panthers. 4 yards, Nathan Blauman.
I should mention that they've moved Vincent Bentley into the guard on that side and moved Cass out. So Bentley, the giant guard at 6'4", 315, he's opening up garage door holes over there for Nate Blauman, who parked his car in the end zone.
Cesar Gonzalez on for the extra point. Ty Waterman, the holder. It goes over, hits the scoreboard on the end of the field here at the Apple Bowl. So with 6:49 left to go before halftime, it's Wenatchee 7, Sunnyside nothing. We're back with more on the NCW Life Channel in 30 seconds. Stay with us.
Highlander Golf Course is proud to announce their 2 new state-of-the-art full-swing golf simulators with over 80 courses of virtual golf to choose from year-round. Or try their Laser Shot simulated firearm program, or gaming with football, basketball, and much more. Enjoy Highlander food and drink service from their full-service bar and grill in the comfort of their simulator room. Call the Highlander Pro Shop to book your time at 884-4653. That's 884-4653.
Panthers 11 plays, 74 yards on that drive, 5 minutes, 13 seconds off the second quarter clock. 4-yard touchdown run by Nate Blauman. Gonzalez, the point after is good, and the Panthers first to score in this big game, lead at 7-0.
We got a long way to go, but that was probably one of the most impressive drives of the season for this Wenatchee offense so far. Our broadcast brought to you by Les Schwab Tire Center. Go online to leschwab.com, find a tire store near you, and check out their fall tire sale going on now. Also by Biosports Physical Therapy. Find them online at biosports.net. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Gonzalez with the kickoff for the Panthers with that wind, and Eddie Davila picks it up at about the 2-yard line. Maybe he should have. Of course, I don't think he was going to go in the end zone. Didn't have much choice, and he gets Gang tackled at about the 17, and that's where Sunnyside will begin this drive at their own 17.
Well, we talked about special teams. We talked about the wind maybe playing a factor here. Great job by the Panthers to get downfield. I think that was Bouchon that got there first on the tackle, holding him to a short gain on the return. Back to the 17.
Panthers defense has been stellar against the run here tonight, and pretty good overall. As Sunnyside really has not done much on offense at all. 3 punts here and 3 possessions. Handoff, it's Fernandez over the right side. This time gets about 2, maybe 3 yards.
I think he got about 4 actually across the 20 out to the 21. Decent gain on first down on just a quick, easy dive play for the Grizzlies.
It's one of their better gains of the night. They've had 2 gains over 5 yards in this entire game. 1 of 8 yards and 1 of 6. This time pass right side, and the Panthers do a great job of tackling. Ty Waterman, one of the players over there, defensive back position to hold that to an easy 2-yard gain.
Well, one guy they've been without for a couple of weeks, Sebastian Esquivel, with all that speed over there, almost overran the receiver on that pass play, but hung on to the shoulder pad and hung on for dear life while they got some help.
Gain of 3 there, 3rd down and 3. This time the handoff right side, an easy first down for Fernandez. This time he gets up to the Sunnyside 34-yard line. That's a nice gain of 10 yards on that carry for Arturo Fernandez, 5'7", 170-pound senior.
7 carries, 21 yards for Fernandez, and Sunnyside again hurrying up.
Rodriguez to pass. He's thrown it up against that wind. Jelsing lets another one go by him, and the ball goes out at the 40-yard line. Boy, that's happened last week as well. Jelsing looking at the defender, didn't turn around to look at the receiver, and he was with him, and another big gain. It's a Sunnyside at the Wenatchee 40-yard line.
Biggest pass play of the night, 26 yards on that pass play there for Sunnyside, and you just cannot hold these guys forever.
Delay handoff again, a big hit. Jelsing came in, a little anger behind that one, I think. Arturo Fernandez is feeling that as he gets up. Gain of only 1 yard. Boy, Jelsing put the pop on him right there.
Yeah, I think he was angry about that previous play where they got the big pass play up the sideline.
2nd down and 9. Sunnyside at the Panthers 39-yard line, down 7-0. Here's Rodriguez in shotgun. Handoff once again. It's Fernandez. Boy, he's been the workhorse for these Sunnyside Grizzlies. Gets down to the Panther 35-yard line. And that's a gain of 4 yards.
3rd and 5 coming up for the Grizzlies. Maybe a long 5 here.
Big 3rd down play for the Grizzlies. I think it's 4-down territory. Goes without saying right now. Also in the backfield for the Grizzlies is Devin Escamilla, number 1, along with Arturo Fernandez. Logan Rodriguez, sophomore quarterback. Handoff this time is to Escamilla, and he is going nowhere. Ty Waterman comes up and puts the hurt on him at about the 34-yard line.
Well, you got the tallest guy out there going low in Case Lloydhammer at 6'5", and you got the shortest guy out there in Ty Waterman going high, strangely enough, at 5'8". It works. They hold him for a yard gain.
All right, big 4th down and 4 now for the Sunnyside Grizzlies. Big play for both teams here. We're getting late in the 2nd quarter, 4:12 left. Pass over the middle, and it's caught. Nicely done over there, and it's number 19, Adrian Pedroza. And he'll be down to the 23-yard line. 1st down, gain of 11.
Boy, that was a heck of a catch in traffic over there by number 19. And he caught that ball well behind him on the throw, but he makes the catch.
Boy, that was a big 1st down for the Grizzlies. 1st and 10 now at the Panther 23-yard line. Here's Rodriguez. Right side, and a big hit over there. Obadiah Young came in and finished off Devin Escamilla, and no gain.
And he had Lloydhammer coming, closing in on him as well. I think it's a good thing that he went down on the tackle by Obadiah Young. He would have been wearing 55 on the bridge of his nose.
2nd down and 10 now for the Grizzlies. The deepest threat that they have seen all night into Panther territory. Rodriguez going to pass it into the end zone. Jelsing back in coverage again. It's incomplete. Boy, did that ball just die in the wind. The referee kind of reached for his waistband, but then I think he thought it wasn't going to get caught anyway, right, Eric? Possibly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in high school ball, you don't have uncatchable. There's no such thing. If there's contact down there, it's illegal contact. But
there wasn't much.
Let him play.
Right. 3rd down and 10 now for Sunnyside. Once again, handoff goes to Fernandez, breaks a tackle left side, but can't get loose, and it'll be a loss on the play. J.J. Jelsing once again there, along with Josh Bouchard.
Hey, Jelsing and Bouchard just finish off what Lloydhammer started inside. Great pursuit by the Wenatchee defense. Loss of a couple of yards. 4th and long coming up.
Loss of about 4. 4th down and 13. Ball at the Wenatchee 26-yard line. Rodriguez back to pass. Lloydhammer in coverage. Arturo Fernandez out of the backfield, and Lloydhammer covered him. A running back out of the backfield. How about that?
And he covered him very well, as a matter of fact. He was like an eclipse blocking the sun as that football came the way of the running back out of the backfield. Fernandez had no chance to even see it. All he had was a big number 55 draped around him. 4th down, and they turn it over. Great job by the Wenatchee defense.
Boy, a huge stop by the Panthers. That was a big, big drive by Sunnyside. 11-play drive that went for nothing for the Grizzlies. Now if the Panthers can put something together and get some more points on the board before halftime, that'll take the wind out of the sails even more of the Sunnyside Grizzlies. Sermon in shotgun, fake handoff, play action over the middle, and Coombs wasn't that open, and it goes incomplete anyway.
I think that's Camden playing for another down there. He saw that Riley Coons coming over on a drag pattern from the opposite side, had pretty close coverage behind him on the linebacker, and just threw that one away for only Coons. Maybe he could make a spectacular catch on it. 2nd down and 10.
Miles Newhouse in on the coverage, only a sophomore for Sunnyside.
Well, you can hear the wind blowing in our microphones, folks. It is howling out here tonight.
At the backs of the Panthers here in this second quarter. Here's a misdirection handoff to Blauman. Tries left side and a nice tackle. You don't see one player very often. It's the player I just mentioned, Miles Newhouse, the 190-pound linebacker on the stop. No gain for Blauman.
Yeah, that is a rare occasion where a guy in open field can make a one-on-one stop on Nate Blauman. But a fantastic job by Newhouse on that one as he makes a stop and forces a 3rd and long for the Panthers.
Sermon shotgun. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to the left. Blauman in the backfield with him. A Mezqua in motion. Sermon looks left, now flushes to the right side. He wants Jelsing to go downfield. He's going to keep it anyway. 35-40, gets flushed out after a 1st down, though, at the 41-yard line. 14 yards on the scramble by Sermon.
And that's Sermon just reading what's happening out there on the field. He saw that he had 2 defenders over to the Sunnyside side of the field, sent 2 receivers that way. That emptied things out on the Wenatchee side in front of their bench. And Jelsing, good job blocking downfield. Boy, JJ's having a great game here tonight all the way around.
I'll tell you what, Eric, this Sunnyside defense is a tired bunch right now. It was a long old drive the Panthers put on them the last possession. The Panthers trying to do it again here with under 2 minutes left to go before halftime. Homecoming night here at Wenatchee High School. The Panthers lead at 7-0. Here's Sermon. Shotgun, looks near side, or I should say the Panther side, throws it high and over the head of Jelsing and out of bounds.
Had him open. Nice little button route here by J.J. Jelsing. Turned and curled against the defender Jonathan Sanchez. Had a cushion of about 5 yards. That would have been at least 5, 6, 7 yards on the gain, but just a little too high for Camden Sermon, who's now 2 of 9 for 20 yards in the ball game.
I think Sermon, you said it earlier in the game, Eric, gets so amped up and he's so just jacked that he throws it so hard sometimes and it just gets away from him. 2nd and 10, still plenty of time to go before halftime. 1:51 left. Could bring 4 receivers now to the right side of the line with Blauman in the backfield. Here's Sermon back to pass again over the middle of the field. He's got Young in his hands and dropped it. That would have been a 1st down in Sunnyside territory. Instead, brings up 3rd down and 10. Good pass by Sermon that time.
Good pass and good defended, well defended by Julian Sandoval down there across the middle of the field. He's usually a cornerback. He came over on help on that one on Obadiah Young. As the ball came into Young's hands, Sandoval reached in, kind of hit his arm, slapped his arm, and made it so that he couldn't hang on to that football.
Boy, that pass was right there. Another one of those rockets from Sermon that he's been throwing all first half. Clock stopped at 1:47. Now 3rd down at 10 Panthers. Ball at their own 41-yard line.
Watch for Blauman on this one.
5 receivers out there too, Eric, and that'll be another offside on Sunnyside.
Nope, Andy Jimenez moved early.
Oh, he did.
Come against the offense.
Oh, he did. Saw 33, Noah Rodriguez jump over, but it will be on the Panthers, and that just makes things worse. 3rd down and 15 now.
2 penalties, 20 yards against Wenatchee. 2 penalties, 15 yards against Sunnyside so far in this one. Been a fairly clean played ball game.
Pretty quick moving too, Eric.
Yes, it has. Our broadcast brought to you by Impact Auto Sales. They strive to impact your life, not your wallet. You can expect a hassle-free car buying experience at Impact Auto Sales in Wenatchee.
5 receivers in this offensive set for Wenatchee. 3 left side, 2 to the right. Looks like Sunnyside bringing a blitz, and they are. Sermon better get rid of it. Flushed out of the pocket, right side, looking downfield, gets corralled, and then gets tackled out of bounds, and there'll be a flag.
Oh my
and that will be an automatic first down for the Panthers. What a gift, because Sermon would have been well short of a first down, and that's a costly Grizzly penalty.
Ramon Ramirez had made the stop. That was a great play by Sunnyside until he continued out of bounds, spun Sermon once he was out of bounds by 5 yards, and then threw him to the turf. That's an easy call for the officials.
Boy, you're right, Eric. He was well out of bounds, like you said, 5 yards at least, right on the Wenatchee sideline. And that will cost the Grizzlies.
They come over and talk with Scott Devereaux, head coach for the Panthers. In his 16th season, he's seen a lot in his 16 years as head coach of the Wenatchee Panthers.
It is an automatic first down, I assume, on that penalty like that, isn't it?
No.
This is going to be awfully close then.
Well, the penalty mark-off should make it a first down right there.
Where did it happen?
Hold on, we have another flag across the field, Grant, on the far side. So this could be 2 penalties against the defense. We may have pass interference or a holding on the defense, as well as that play out of bounds. I just happened to see that flag that's resting at the 48-yard line.
Yeah, I didn't see that either.
On the far side of the field. So we have a play out of bounds on unnecessary roughness. We could also have pass interference or a hold on the defense. Now, what they could do here, possibly, if one is a dead ball foul, there could be the live action foul, and then on top of it, a dead ball foul, although that was a continuation of a tackle. So I don't think that could be considered like unsportsmanlike. It was based on the play itself.
All right, let's see what the official calls. It is a hold on the defense.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness against the defense is what's called by the official. That's the accepted penalty. And with that mark off from the end of the run, it will be 15 yards and a first down for Wenatchee. That will be exactly the 15 yards.
I was going to say, I thought it was going to be close.
For the first down.
Oh, boy.
Oh, hold on.
I don't think
they administered 2 penalties there. So they are going to consider that a dead ball foul with the unnecessary roughness.
That makes a huge difference. The ball now all the way down to the Sunnyside 39.
I got to watch also. There could have been a unsportsmanlike after the personal foul.
That could have been too.
May have been it.
Wow, what a break for the Panthers. Any way you look at it, with 1:40 left to go before halftime. Another blitz by the Grizzlies. Pass over the middle. Riley Coons is there with the reception down to the 22-yard line. 16 yards to the 23 on that pass and catch from Sermon to Coons. And the Panthers in business once again at the Sunnyside 23-yard line. Boy, how big would a score be right now before halftime with 1.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Sermon shotgun, 2 receivers left. Now Coons splits out into the package as well, left side. Jelsing joins him in the slot. Sermon points right side for Blauman, and now we've got a whistle. I think a timeout called by the Grizzlies. But the coaching staff wanted to talk things over. 1:14 left to go before halftime. It's Wenatchee 7 and Sunnyside nothing. More football action on the NCW Life Channel in 30 seconds. Stay with us.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
8:14 left to go before halftime here at Liebofto Field at the Apple Bowl. It's Wenatchee 7 and Sunnyside nothing. First down and 10 for the Panthers at the Sunnyside 23-yard line. Once again, that funky formation with 4 receivers left side, 3 in motion now as Jelsing switches sides, as well as a Mezqua. Boy, lots of bodies moving around on this play for the Panthers. Sermon shotgun. A couple of drop steps back. He's got a Mezqua wide open, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Panthers, 23 yards.
Johnny Amezqua, beautiful play. Everybody was coming across the field from left to right. Amezqua coming from right to left. All that pre-snap motion really confused the Sunnyside defense. Amezqua with his second touchdown reception of the season. The Panthers strike before halftime.
What a beautiful drawn-up play that was for the Panthers. 13-0 Gonzalez on for the point after try. The kick is up right down the middle, hits the scoreboard right on the middle of it, and it's good. 1:06 left to go before halftime. Panthers open it up now. It's Wenatchee 14 and Sunnyside nothing. We're back in 60 seconds.
At Town Toyota, we believe in our community, and we're proud to support this broadcast of local sports. Town Toyota defines reliability and value in both its products and in the dealership itself. We are home to legendary products like the RAV4, Highlander, and Camry, not to mention Tundras and Tacoma trucks. Of course, we offer service for everything we sell and a great selection of pre-owned and certified vehicles as well. So enjoy the game and visit Town Toyota for all your automotive needs.
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
1:06 left to go before halftime. The kick by Gonzalez goes into the end zone, and Sunnyside will bring it out and start at the 20-yard line. By the way, that scoring drive by the Panthers, 6 plays, 74 yards, only took 1:40 off the clock. 23-yard touchdown pass from a Sermon to a Mezqua. The PAT good by Gonzalez, and we are now at 14-0 with 1:06 left to go before halftime. Eric, that goes without saying, huge touchdown.
Oh, absolutely. We see Sunnyside come right back out here. They got 2 timeouts to work with. See if they try to get something before the half.
Going to be a pitch out to Fernandez. Taunted the right side, cuts it back up middle of field instead, and that was a wise decision as he gets up a nice gain of about 8 yards, maybe 9, all the way up to the 30-yard line. Give him 9 yards.
12 carries, 32 yards. Arturo Fernandez, number 3 in the Big 9 in rushing. He's a tough hombre, and he is quick as well.
Boy, and he's had a lot of carries here tonight. First down on this carry. The ball's loose. Picked up by the Panthers, recovered by the Panthers, I should say, at the 40-yard line with 38 seconds left to go. Our first turnover of the night. This could be a big one. Panthers actually could have picked that up and run with it. Nobody around them for a bit, but you're better off just making the recovery and taking your chances from there. Now the Panthers with the ball at the Sunnyside 40-yard line.
Sophomore Camden Lloydhammer came up with the fumble recovery for the Panthers. First turnover of the night on a night where the temperature has dipped, and then that wind blows on your hands. That bare hands feel even colder in this kind of weather.
Panthers have all 3 timeouts here with 38 seconds left to go before halftime. Blauman in the backfield with Sermon. On the weak side of the field, that's Jelsing now in motion across the field. Sermon, the handoff. Over the middle, there's Coons wide open as he's been all night long, and Rivera a saving tackle down at the 21-yard line, gain of 19. And that was a saving tackle because Coons had all kinds of turf to run through the middle of that field.
Well, suddenly Sermon 5 of 13 for 78 yards in the game. That's a 3rd catch for Coons on the night, and give him 19 there. That gives him 54 yards receiving on 3 catches.
We'll keep it here. Timeout called by Coach Devereaux.
Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Highlander Golf Course and Grill. Call the Pro Shop to schedule your time on their Full Swing S4 widescreen golf simulators at 884-4653. Plan your next tournament or event today. Also by Town Toyota, your automotive to home to quality and reliability in North Central Washington. And Automoca, visit one of their 6 locations in the valley, including the only Automoca with inside seating on 5th Street across from the college. What's your Automoca emergency? I screwed up tonight, Grant. It's homecoming night. I thought we should have selected a king and queen for our broadcast crew here tonight.
It's not a bad idea.
Should have had a vote.
We should have.
Marion will quickly tell you she is not a queen. She is a princess.
And she's quite a dancer as well.
Yes, she is.
All right, first down at 10, Panthers with 29 seconds left to go before halftime. Wouldn't this be something? The Panthers can get some more points before half. And we'll see if they can pull it off. Blauman in the backfield. Jelsing right side. Sermon once again, plenty of time to throw this football. Looking right side. Now he's going to keep it. Dumps it down to a Mezqua. Almost a flag thrown. And then the referee put it back in his waistband. That goes incomplete. It'll bring up second down with 21 seconds left to go. I think something's wrong with J.J. Jelsing, Eric. I've watched him the last 3 or 4 plays. He's not quite running right. I've seen him at the sideline kind of hunched over. I think you might have just kind of a nagging something going on here tonight.
He has had a hamstring tweak this season that it's limited him. In fact, there's one game I think he was out. It's also limited him in practice, so that might be causing him some troubles on a chilly night here.
Right, it is. Obadiah Young will be split left side, way out towards the Sunnyside sideline. As Mezqua joins him on that left side, he is streaking down the left side. Pass instead. Jelsing makes a spin move. Beautiful. Inside the 20 to the 15. 13 seconds left. Panthers call timeout with 12 seconds. On that gain of 6 by Jelsing, and what an athletic move he made there. But see, Eric, you can see him kind of limping a little bit on that right leg. I think you hit it right on the head with a lingering hamstring issue.
Well, that first move he made, he looked pretty healthy there on that
sure
spin.
Did.
As he got away from one defender, made another guy miss before he finally is stopped after a 6-yard gain. But yeah, he's not altogether 100% out here tonight. Our broadcast brought to you by Jefferson, Danielson, Son, and Aylward Attorneys, delivering quality and innovative legal services to North Central Washington since 1946. Online at jdsalaw.com. And by Weinstein Beverage Company, a family-owned business proud to support local high school teams. Find them on Facebook. Follow them on Instagram. They're on the line, too, at WeinsteinBeverage.com.
12.4 seconds left to go before halftime. Panthers facing 3rd down and 4 from the Sunnyside 15-yard line. Sermon again a ton of time. Lobs one in the end zone. Blauman can't get it. What a defensive play by Adam Sanchez. A hand on that at the last second. That is an easy 6 for the Panthers right there. Wow.
I think that talk to Nate Blauman after this game, he'll say, I should have had that one. He let the ball get into his chest pad.
He clapped his hands rather vigorously right there. I think he agrees with you, Eric. He's shaking his head right now on the sideline. We're going to get a field goal try now from Cesar Gonzalez, who definitely has the leg and the wind behind him.
Huge to go up 3 scores here.
It really would be. 33-yard attempt. Gonzalez, right-footed kicker. Waterman, the holder. The snap good. The kick is perfect, and it hits the scoreboard. No good.
Wide right.
And just to the right. It looked perfect to me because I can't see, but he had plenty of distance.
Well, at least you're honest about your lack of vision there, Grant.
1 second left. Would that have been huge? Boy, plenty of distance on that, too. That's a win for Sunnyside right there.
And Sunnyside, explosive offense. They've got big-time talent on the wide receivers here. Don't give up an easy play before halftime if you're Wenatchee.
You just get the feeling that Sunnyside is going to have a big play here tonight in some form. It looks like it might be just a kneel down here. No, it's a handoff to Fernandez. May have well have been a kneel down, and that will be the half and a yard gain. And that'll do it for the first half here in this huge Big 9 matchup tonight between the Wenatchee Panthers and the Sunnyside Grizzlies. At the half, it's Wenatchee 14 and Sunnyside nothing. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, come back with stats and more. It's homecoming right here on the NCW Life Channel. Stay with us.
My awesome is being part of the Nez Perce tribe. We have a tourism company and we highlight the history and culture of the Nez Perce people. I found Washington Trust Bank because they were very involved in the community. They believed in me. They definitely saw the need for this in our region. All the folks at Washington Trust Bank are phenomenal. They've done such a wonderful job helping me along my journey.
What's your awesome? Whatever it is, we'll help you get there.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.
Hi, I'm Ricardo, and this is Amanda, and we are from Impact Auto Sales.
Where you can expect a hassle-free car buying experience. With our wide selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, let one of our friendly sales staff help you find the vehicle that fits your lifestyle. We have financing available for all credit types and great low rates for first-time buyers. Call us today at 888-8000 or stop by 3522 State Highway 97A in Wenatchee. Impact Auto Sales, where we strive to make an impact on your life and not your wallet.
At Harvest Valley Pest Control, we know you are committed to making your home and business a healthy and pest-free place. Hi, I'm David. Give us a call and we'll give you a firm price over the phone and schedule a time that works for you. We will do an in-depth 30-point healthy home or business inspection and craft a customized plan of action designed specifically for your pest issue. Give us a call or visit our website today.
Grant Olson and Eric Granstrom back with you at Liebofto Field at the Apple Bowl. We're at the half where the Wenatchee Panthers at 4-0, leading the 3-0 Sunnyside Grizzlies by a score of 14-0. And Eric, you know, we talked about two explosive offenses, and we joked that watch it be a low-scoring game. Well, it was a low-scoring half.
Yeah, it was a low-scoring half, but Wenatchee, when they had the opportunities, took advantage of the opportunities and really put some punishing drives together in that first half.
And nobody would, I don't think anybody would have predicted that nobody would score a point in the first quarter at all.
No, I don't think
the scoring didn't even begin until the second quarter. The Panthers had it and went 11 plays, 74 yards to start the second quarter. Nice long drive for Wenatchee, 5 minutes, 13 seconds off the clock. It was a 4-yard touchdown run for Nate Blauman. Gonzalez' point after try was good, and at that point the Panthers led it 7-0. On the very next possession for the Panthers, this time they go 6 plays, 74 yards, a minute 40 off the clock is all. And boy, it was a nice drive for the Panthers. A 26-yard touchdown pass from Camden Sermon to Amezcua. PAT by Gonzalez, good once again. That made it 14-0. On the next possession for Sunnyside, a fumble, which gave the Panthers great field position at the Sunnyside 40. They did drive down and get a 33-yard field goal try right before halftime. It was just wide right by Gonzalez. So a missed field goal at the end of the half, and that's where we sit right now. Easy scoring drives, 14-0 Panthers. But I'll tell you what, you said it, Eric, sorry to interrupt you. The unsung heroes that is the Wenatchee Panther defense. Absolutely. They have played so great here in this first half.
They have. Sunnyside came in with the #1 passing attack in the Big Nine. Let's go ahead and do those stats because we have our halftime ceremony coming up for homecoming. We want to make sure and try to get that on television here. But the Wenatchee Panther defense held Sunnyside to a total of 99 first half yards, and only 52 of that through the air. On the ground, Arturo Fernandez with 14 carries, 53 yards. Devontae Herrera with 1 carry for 2. Logan Rodriguez, 3 carries, 2 yards. He's been sacked twice in that first half. Rodriguez threw the air in the first half, 5 of 13 for 52 yards. Mike Rivera, 2 catches, 28 yards. Jonathan Sanchez, 2 for 2. Arturo Fernandez, 1 for 3. Also with a catch, Devontae Herrera with 1 for 1. And Pedroza with 1 catch for 19 yards. Escamilla had a catch for nothing. That was the first half for the Sunnyside Grizzlies. 18 rushes, 47 yards on the ground, 5 of 13 through the air for 52 yards, 99 yards of offense. Meanwhile, the Wenatchee Panthers have done it mostly on the ground and mostly with Nate Blauman. 10 carries, 82 yards, including a touchdown in that first half. Camden Sermon, 9 carries, 56 yards. Obadiah Young with a carry for 1 yard. So 20 carries, 139 yards of rushing in that first half. Meanwhile, Camden Sermon, not the best of first halves, but he did get some positive plays, including a big touchdown pass. He was 6 of 16 for 84 yards and a touchdown in the first half. So 223 yards of offense for Wenatchee, 99 for Sunnyside in that first half. Riley Coons leading the way receiving-wise, 3 for 54. Amezqua with a catch for 23 and a touchdown. Jelsing, 1 catch, 6 yards. Obadiah Young, 1 catch and 1 yard. And that's your totals in the first half.
And Sunnyside, considering they average 428 yards per game, Wenatchee holding them to 99.5 is really the big story. We're at the break, and our halftime score, Wenatchee 14 and Sunnyside nothing. Halftime festivities, homecoming festivities, coming your way next here on the big NCW Live channel. We're back in 2 minutes. Stay with us.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires. You know, we've been helping keep folks safe on the road around here since 1952. That's why you can save up to $152 on a set of 4 select light truck and SUV tires during our fall tire sale. All with a service you deserve, but just don't find other places. Swing by or book an appointment at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
At Harvest Valley Pest Control, we know you are committed to making your home and business a healthy and pest-free place. Hi, I'm David. Give us a call and we'll give you a firm price over the phone and schedule a time that works for you. We will do an in-depth 30-point healthy home or business inspection and craft a customized plan of action designed specifically for your pest issue. Give us a call or visit our website today.
My awesome is being able to share my passion for yoga. I found yoga in my mid-40s to help me kind of de-stress and calm down, and it actually changed my life. Washington Trust believed in me. I felt like, okay, they got my back. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna go for it. It actually makes you feel like more brave. I do have a lot of awesome in my life.
What's your awesome? Whatever it is, we'll help you get there.
What's your auto mocha emergency?
It's a Paprika mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate for pita.
Definitely the espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha for pitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Welcome back once again here to halftime as we have our halftime festivities for homecoming here tonight. The freshman royalty were just announced. Now we pick it up with the sophomore royalty, and we'll listen in to our public address announcer.
If you could go travel anywhere in the world, where would you go and why? They both responded with Europe because of how pretty it is and all of the good food. Who knows, Mom and Dad? Maybe a family vacation is in order? Please give it up for Max and Paige, this year's sophomore homecoming royalty. The first half of our junior class royalty is Joe Dory. His parents are Natalie and DJ Dory. When asked if he could go anywhere in the world, where would he go and why, his answer was simple: Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory. Duh. The second half of our junior class royalty is McKenna White. Her parents are Will and Christy White. When asked the same question, she answered London, because that's where Benedict's Cumberbatch lives. Give it up for Joe and McKenna, this year's junior royalty. Our first candidate for senior class royalty is Riley Coons. His parents are Craig and Heidi Coons. When asked if he could go anywhere in the world, where would he go and why, His answer was that he would go to Berlin and tour Germany with his exchange sister Johanna. Tonight, his partner in crime, Daniela Carvajal, her parents are Lynette Macias and Daniel Carvajal. When asked the same question, Daniela said she would want to go to Peru so she could visit Machu Picchu. Let's hear it for Riley and Daniela. Our next senior candidate is the one and only Nolan Gorey, the son of Gar and Amy Gorey. When Nolan was asked if he could go anywhere in the world and why, he answered that he would go to Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated because there's Perry. Standing alongside Nolan is the wonderful Charlie Plinsky, the daughter of Dwayne and Roxy Plinsky. When Charlie was asked the same question, she answered, I would go to Fiji to eat lots of Our final candidate for senior class royalty is Chase Lloydhammer. His parents are Steve Lloydhammer and Amber Such. When asked if he could go anywhere in the world, where would he go and why? He said he would go to Bora Bora because, and I quote, that's beast. The second half of this duo is Lorna Stevens. Her parents are Yvette and Eric Stevens. When asked the same question, she answered Paris because there's a lot of culture there. Lots of good food, fashion, and music. And I could study ballet since it's so prominent there. Please put your hands together for our 2019 Homecoming Chorus.
So if I'm not mistaken, they pick up those boxes, and I think if there's balloons under one of the boxes, there's your homecoming king and queen.
Our homecoming court will be opening the boxes in front of them. Whoever receives the gold balloons will be our 2019 homecoming king and queen. Now, for the moment you've been waiting for, drum roll please. Your homecoming king and queen are Nolan Gorey and Charlie Plinsky. Congratulations to all of the homecoming royalty.
Well, there you go, Grant. We didn't make it.
Dang it.
I'm just feeling so sorry for these ladies out here wearing these dresses when it is so windy and so cold. Goodness.
Were you a homecoming candidate, Eric? King candidate?
Nope, I was not.
I was, but my twin brother won.
Oh, that's right. He was the king, right?
He was.
Well, congratulations to Mr. Dory and Miss Plinsky, the homecoming royalty for 2019 for Wenatchee High School. And I love the fact that they let the football players come out in the uniforms and participate in that halftime festivities. Well, we're at halftime here at Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl, where it is 14-0, and it is very windy and it is very cold. We are going to take a break and come back and talk about what might happen here in the second half. We're a long way from finishing this one, as the Panthers have scored twice. Sunnyside, though, very explosive in their offense. We'll come back with more from Lee Bofto Field after this 2-minute timeout on the NCW Live channel.
No calories, no sweeteners, all smiles. Bubbly sparkling water. Crack a smile.
JDSA Law is a proud sponsor of these local sports broadcasts. They've been serving North Central and Eastern Washington since 1946. For over 70 years, their team of dedicated professionals has delivered quality, innovative legal services. JDSA Law partners with you to provide the finest legal advice and support as you navigate your personal and business challenges, risks, and accomplishments. At JDSA Law, they salute our local athletes and wish them well on another excellent season of competition.
Highlander Golf Course is proud to announce their 2 new state-of-the-art full-swing golf simulators with over 80 courses of virtual golf to choose from year-round. Or try their Laser Shot simulated firearm program, or gaming with football, basketball, and much more. Enjoy Highlander food and drink service from their full-service bar and grill in the comfort of their simulator room. Call the Highlander Pro Shop to book your time at 884-4653. That's 884-4653.
At Town Toyota, we believe in our community, and we're proud to support this broadcast of local sports. Town Toyota defines reliability and value in both its products and in the dealership itself. We are home to legendary products like the RAV4, Highlander, and Camry, not to mention Tundras and Tacoma trucks. Of course, we offer service for everything we sell and a great selection of pre-owned and certified vehicles as well. So enjoy the game and visit Town Toyota for all your automotive needs.
Well, everybody settling into their seats after a celebration of halftime and homecoming here at Liebofto Field of the Apple Bowl, home to the Wenatchee Panthers, along with Grant Olson. I'm Eric Grandstrom here on the NCW Live channel as we're broadcasting live on Facebook tonight on the stream, as well as our website at ncwlife.com. Thanks to those who might be down in the Sunnyside area, the Yakima Valley, or throughout the Big Nine, as a matter of fact. This is a big one here tonight. We also understand that some folks in Western Washington might be watching in on our broadcast here tonight to see what's happening as far as one of our biggest games of the week here as far as high school football is concerned in the 4A ranks, with 2 teams coming in. Wenatchee at 6-1 overall, 4-0 in Big Nine play. Sunnyside 3-0 in Big Nine play, 5-2 on the season, and battle for first place so far. The ledger is leaning towards the Wenatchee Panthers, and Grant Olson joining us now here in the booth. And Grant, if you're Sunnyside, what do you talk about in the locker room? Because that defense is really playing some havoc with you here.
Well, I think what you really say, Harry, because we're down by 14, and it could have been worse in that first half. They're still in it. The defense has played good in spurts. The offense, as you said, kind of struggling right now. But I think, you know, they've had some nice plays. I think that they're going to go back to the short passing game. I don't think the running game with Fernandez is working all that great, so I think we'll see it in the air more.
Well, and it'll be interesting to see the choices here for the second half. This wind is continuing to howl out of the northwest here tonight. Probably steady at 20 and some gusts over 30, 35 maybe. And, well, we saw the difference that made in that first half with Wenatchee's passing game. They didn't really get anything done in the first quarter. Had some success in the second quarter.
I think the Panthers need to get something. If they get something going here early in this second half, that's really going to take the wind out of the sails of Sunnyside. Panthers up by 2 touchdowns now, and Sunnyside just can't, as you mentioned, Eric, get anything going against that great Panther defense, and they have been just solid against the run in that first half.
Well, that's something to be said, too, about Sunnyside here this season, as they have certainly the 2 games that they lost, they got blown out.
They really did.
In those 2 games. So, you know, and that's something that Scott Devereaux told me here this week when I talked to him about this matchup and about what the message is to his kids, aside from, well, enjoy homecoming, but don't enjoy homecoming too much. And also, as far as what film they're watching, they watched a lot of that Hanford film where Hanford put up 70 points against Sunnyside. And, well, if nothing else, that helps the mindset of, yeah, we can score on these guys. We can maybe get some big gouts, big plays, and we might still be in line for a Big Nine championship when it's all said and done.
And I don't think the Panthers are done scoring yet either. And if I was Coach Devereaux and the staff, I wouldn't get fancy here in this second half. They really wore down that Grizzly defense, especially in the second quarter, with a couple of nice drives, 74-yard drives, and that defense was tired towards the end of that first half. I would see a lot of Nathan Blauman is what I would give Sunnyside in the second half.
So 2 things. We we've said it over and over, but it can't be said enough. Credit to the offensive line for providing the holes through which Nate Blauman runs, but also huge credit to the defensive front and the front six for the Wenatchee Panthers. Those linebackers, the defense up front on the line, the tackles, the defensive ends have just played wonderfully against this Sunnyside team coming in as, you know, one of the top offenses in the Big Nine.
And they've just been stymied. And I think they have to be even a little bit surprised, Eric, by how good this Panther defense really is, because, as you said, Sunnyside has been able to do nothing. Both Lloydhammer brothers, Andy Jimenez, Alex Dorton on that line, also the linebacker St. John once again has played an outstanding game, as well as Obadiah Young from his safety position, I thought has played a good first half. So we'll see what happens here in the second half, but I think it's going to be more of the same that we saw in the first. I really do.
Panthers up here by 2 scores at halftime. Had a chance to extend that to a 3-score lead with that missed field goal towards the end of the first half. Hey, let's get you a baseball update on Game 3 of the World Series. End of the 6th inning. It is Houston leading Washington 4-1, so trying to snap that streak here in the postseason for the Nationals and bring the series back. We were all hoping for a 7-game series no matter who you're rooting for, but Houston right now on top 4-1 in that one. We're going to try to also, as we take a break, Grant, before we come back for the second half, see if we can get a score update on what's happening with Eastmont on the road at Eisenhower tonight at Zeffel Stadium. Wondered if there might be a hangover, if you will, after the loss last week to Sunnyside. Could be one of those trap games for Eastmont tonight on the road.
And Eisenhower can put the ball in the air with a really good quarterback, so that is a dangerous game for Eastmont. We will take a 60-second timeout. Come on back. Second half action. Wenatchee and Sunnyside with the Panthers leading at 14-0. Third quarter coming your way in 60 seconds.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
Grant Olson and Eric Granstrom back with you in the booth at Liebofto Field at the Apple Bowl. Big 9 showdown, Sunnyside and Wenatchee, and it's been the Panthers so far in this first half, 14-0, as Cesar Gonzalez is set to kick off to the Sunnyside Grizzlies.
Looks like they've got Adam Sanchez back there to return. Can't quite see who the other man is on the opposite side from us.
A squib kick against the wind by Gonzalez, taken by an up man. The 25-yard line, gets up to the 30, crosses the 30, and then gets down to about the 33-yard line, and that's where Sunnyside will begin their first drive of the second half.
Ramon Ramirez with the return there. Pretty good job of showing some hands there by the 5'11", 185-pound sophomore. By the way, we've got a score from Zeffel Stadium. Eastmont is over Eisenhower at the half, 28-7.
Wow. Nice comeback for Eastmont from that loss last week.
Definitely.
All right, Grizzlies back on offense. Rodriguez, they're going right back to Fernandez, how they started the game, and they started the game with the loss, and they're going to maybe get a yard here. But not much difference in the start of the second half and the start of this ball game. Once again, hurry-up offense by the Grizzlies. They started the game this way, and they played pretty much the whole first half that way. Rodriguez shotgun, looking left side, goes over the middle, has a man there. It's complete, and then it's dropped. Had it for a second.
Great play by Jonathan Amezcua, getting there just as the ball got to the receiver, and Jonathan Sanchez, the intended receiver there, and the Wenatchee Panther Amezcua just reached around him, stripped to the ball, and incomplete pass.
Just like that, brings up 3rd down and 9 for the Grizzlies. Looking right this time. Ball is dropped by Rivera. It wouldn't have been a first down anyway. And good defensive play by the Panthers linebacker Jax Tucker on coverage.
Exactly what you want if you're the Wenatchee Panther defense. Coming out of the locker room, you know that Sunnyside is going to try to make some adjustments at halftime, but the adjustments go for naught, at least on this first series. A 3-and-out forced by the Wenatchee defense.
And the dangerous J.J. Jelsing back to receive this punt for the Panthers. Rivera, Mike Rivera on to punt for Sunnyside. Snap is good. Here's the kick by Rivera with the wind, end over end. Bounces about the 30-yard line. Ooh, Jelsing picks it up dangerously and then gets hit hard at about the 23. Boy, that was dangerous. Eddie Davila had him first, and Jelsing, I think, thought he could get away from him, but he didn't. The Panthers will start at their own 25-yard line. They're going to mark it about the 24.
Think of that. Sunnyside had a total of 8 punts through 7 games coming in. They've punted it 3 times here tonight already.
I've got 4, Eric.
4, you're
yeah,
right.
Your 4th punt.
Half of their season total in one game here this evening.
That's something. All right, Panthers first shot at it here on offense now in this second half. Sermon in shotgun, Obadiah Young in motion, handoff Blauman. And we're going to see a lot of him, I think. Nice block, and we've got a flag, though. And that one will be coming back. Josh Bouchon, a nice seal block. But I think that flag was inside.
They're going to get Bouchon, I think,
for
the hold there.
Boy. Like he just kind of cracked back a little bit, cracked back and blocked him, but it will be on the Panthers. That play didn't happen. 11:09 left to go here in this third quarter. 14-0 Panthers.
Only negative for the Panthers here tonight. Penalties again. We talked about that all season long. 5 penalties, 60 yards for Wenatchee in this game so far.
And that's something they've really been working on too, isn't it, Eric? Yeah. Cleaning up that penalties, and it showed last week.
It did.
All right, 1st and 16 now for the Panthers. Ball back at their own 17-yard line. Once again, Obadiah Young in motion, gets the handoff right side. He's got some speed, but can he get around Rivera? He does. Can he get a block now? He doesn't.
Out.
And then gets hammered down after only about a yard gain on the Sunnyside sideline. So it's still going to be 2nd down and 16.
Adam Sanchez getting over there and laying the wood to the ball carrier as he got just maybe a yard on that play.
Yeah, about a yard. So 2nd and 14, 10.5 left in the third quarter.
A lot of team speed on the other side of the ball. Tough to stretch those out sideways like that.
Obadiah Young man to man on Julian Sandoval. 2 Sermons left. Jelsing comes in motion. Handoff. Here's Blauman on the right side. Nice tackle again. Panthers still haven't made it back to the original line of scrimmage. And that'll bring up 3rd down and long.
And there's Sanchez again on the tackle. And well, I'll tell you, Sunnyside is sound defensively on their techniques. We've seen several just solo tackles here tonight. You don't see that very often.
You know, that's a great
Especially
point.
when the first guy hits Blauman. He usually makes a man miss, and then it takes another 3-4 guys down the road to get him.
Behind Eastmont and Wenatchee, this is the number 3 defense in the Big 9, the Sunnyside Grizzlies. They just happen to be 7th in the league against the pass, but very good run defense. 3rd and 11, Panthers, ball at their own 22-yard line. Sermon with Blauman back there with him. Delay handoff. No, it's not. It's a play action. Sermon's running out of room. He better get rid of it. Does get it downfield. He's got Young and just runs out of room at the Sunnyside 40-yard line.
No flags down. A pretty good pursuit by Sunnyside to chase Sermon out of the pocket. Made him feel uncomfortable as he's a right-handed quarterback rolling to his left, having to throw across his body and then into that wind. And you just kind of, if you're a Panther fan, cross your fingers and hope it doesn't get intercepted.
That would give the Grizzlies great field position, too. So Blauman will punt it against that wind. Standing back at the Panther 10-yard line. We'll see how he can punt this time into that wind. 4th down and 11. Here's Blauman. Gets a running start at this one. This is a sky-high short kick. The wind picks it up. Does get a bit of a Panther bounce, and now it's downed in Panther territory at the 46-yard line. So a great opportunity now for Sunnyside.
Did you see that video this week of a high school football game? I'm not sure where it was, somewhere in the southeast, where the kicker lines up for a field goal. He had plenty of leg on it, but it was like a horrific windstorm in his face. The ball went actually up and then went backwards.
Behind him.
Yeah.
First down at 10. This time, their quarterback Rodriguez under center. Doesn't matter. Hands it off, and still just a short gain of 1 right up the middle of the field. Boy, the Grizzlies, they're determined to get this running game going. They just can't do it. Fernandez, again, only a yard.
And again, credit the defense for the Wenatchee Panthers there up front, just staying home. That's important against these counter plays. Alex Dorton helping out on the stop on that one.
Dorton playing so well tonight. Once again under center. Here's Rodriguez. Back to pass. Has time, but not enough for Lloydhammer, who gets in there. All the way back to the Wenatchee 45-yard line.
Look out, it's the Lloydhammer brothers coming with the hammer to drop him for a big loss on the play. Camden on one side, Chase on the other. Chase chased him down back into his bro, and they sandwich him for a stop.
8-yard loss on that play, brings up 3rd down and 18. The ball at the Sunnyside 48-yard line. This time, Rodriguez back in shotgun under some pressure. Does get away from it, though. Now pressure back, and he's going to go down again. This time inside the 40 at the 37-yard line.
Silas St. John, boy, has he played a linebacker this year for the Wenatchee Panthers. Coming up on the stop for the Wenatchee defense on the sack on the play back to the 39, forcing yet another punt. 5th of the night for Sunnyside.
9-yard loss that time. Sunnyside went backwards on that possession that started at the Wenatchee 46. So Rivera on to punt, as Eric said, yet again tonight. And back is J.J. Jelsing into the wind. Jelsing should get a return this time. Handles it at the 20-yard line. Gets past the first wave of defenders. Now the 30, 35's got speed. 40, 45, 50 down the sideline. Still inbounds. 30, 20, 15, 5. Touchdown Panthers. No flags down.
We wondered about J.J. Jelsing's health. We wondered about a hamstring. We wondered if he was going to be able to even play here in the second half. Not only does he play, but he makes maybe the biggest play of the season for the Wenatchee special teams. Comes up with the 80-yard touchdown return.
80 yards. Oh, just going to mention that for Jelsing. What an athlete out there. We mentioned he was a little bit banged up, but boy, you didn't see it there. And the Panthers now a 3-touchdown lead. Here's Gonzalez for the point after. Waterman is the holder.
What a job keeping his balance along the far sideline in front of the Wenatchee bench.
Just a fantastic run back. Here's the kick now by Gonzalez, and it's up and through. 7 minutes, 24 seconds left to go, third quarter. Wenatchee 21, Sunnyside nothing. We're back to the Apple Bowl in 60 seconds. Stay with us.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires. You know, we've been helping keep folks safe on the road around here since 1952. That's why you can save up to $152 on a set of 4 select light truck and SUV tires during our fall tire sale. All with a service you deserve, but just don't find other places. Swing by or book an appointment at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
At Harvest Valley Pest Control, we know you are committed to making your home and business a healthy and pest-free place. Hi, I'm David. Give us a call and we'll give you a firm price over the phone and schedule a time that works for you. We will do an in-depth 30-point healthy home or business inspection and craft a customized plan of action designed specifically for your pest issue. Give us a call or visit our website today.
Miles Newhouse on the return for Sunnyside, and it was a nice return. Good speed across the 40, and Sunnyside will have good field position all the way up to their own 44-yard line. And Eric, they need it right now.
Yeah, they do. That was almost a 30-yard return on a squib kick by the Wenatchee kicking team. And, well, they're trying to breathe some life into Sunnyside right now, who trails it 3 scores.
21-0 Panthers. Back to pass Rodriguez going down sideline. Left side has a receiver there. Great pass all the way down to the Wenatchee 21-yard line.
35 yards on one play, Grant. That's what we talked about with Sunnyside. They have that explosive potential, and they go right for the big play there.
What were the yardage there, Eric?
35 yards.
35 with Dawson Pike back there in coverage. First time we've mentioned him tonight. Sunnyside in business now at the Panther 21-yard line. Rodriguez back to pass. Didn't even see the Panther defender there. Camden Lloydhammer. And Rodriguez goes down after about a yard gain there. That's no gain.
This sophomore quarterback is getting some pressure here tonight by the Panther defense up front. 4-man crew getting in there, getting pressure.
Handoff this time just goes to Fernandez. Why not? Gets a hole, and then it's filled quickly. Once again, Lloydhammer on the stop. The young Lloydhammer, only a sophomore.
17 carries, 49 yards unofficially for Fernandez here in this ball game. 3rd and short.
3rd and 4. Handoff, not going to get there. In fact, barely back to the line of scrimmage, but does cross the 15 to about the 14-yard line, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, trailing 21-0 here. There's no decision really for Sunnyside other than to go for this on 4th down.
4th and 3 for Sunnyside. Boy, is this big for the Grizzlies right now at the Panther 14-yard line. Rodriguez, delay handoff. Fernandez, he gonna get there? No, he's not. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage, and the Panthers will get it turned over on downs.
Fantastic defense there. I think it was Bouchon who came up on the stop, got some help from his teammates, stop him and turn him over. What a job by this defense all night long.
And I'll tell you, Sunnyside is a depleted offensive unit as they come off the field. Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
One loss after another. 3 sacks on the night by that defense. Our broadcast, by the way, brought to you by Harvest Valley Pest Control. You can rest assured Harvest Valley uses kid and pet safe material around your home or office. Call today for your free estimate.
5 minutes, 45 seconds left to go 3rd quarter. Panthers 1st down at 10 at their own 15-yard line. Sermon, delayed handoff. Blauman tries the left side, has some blocking downfield. Is he going to cut it upfield? Yes. 30, all the way up to the 34-yard line. And just like that, an easy gain of 19 yards for Nate Blauman.
Adam Sanchez on the tackle downfield. But here is where Wenatchee could put this football a game away on the legs of Nate Blauman, #1 ball carrier in the Big 9.
And this is already a pretty tired defense. As I mentioned, they had hands on hips before halftime. There's some big boys on that defensive line. And if the Panthers wear them out once again, as Eric mentioned, that just might do it for the Grizzlies here in this one. A long, sustained drive at the end of this 3rd quarter.
Nate just a couple of yards away from the century mark here tonight.
2 receivers right side of the line of scrimmage. Now Kuntz goes from left to right. Obadiah Young, lone receiver left side. Sermon claps his hand, shotgun, handoff. Blauman, nice tackle in the backfield, and it's the 2nd time that the linebacker,
Miles Newhouse,
he's played a nice game tonight.
He really has. He had that good kickoff return moments ago. Comes through with a big play here. A rare drop for a loss.
I was just going to say a rare loss for Nate Blauman, and one guy tackling him, and it's been the same guy twice tonight. Yep. So 2nd down and 11 for Wenatchee. Clock continues to move. Ball at their own 32-yard line. 3 receivers, I should say 2 this time. Jelsing split wide out right side. Blauman in the backfield. Blitz coming for Sunnyside. Sermon better get rid of it. He doesn't have time, and he goes down at the 27-yard line. That'll be a loss of 5.
Great job on the delayed blitz there by Adam Sanchez. Sermon didn't catch it in time, tried to flush out of the pocket to his left, and Sanchez just held on for dear life. And a 3rd and long coming up for the Panthers.
It'll be about 3rd and 15, maybe 3rd and 16. The ball back at the 28-yard line as Sermon gets the play from the sideline. Clock still moving, now dipping under 4 minutes left to go in this quick-moving 3rd quarter. Panthers up 21-0.
First sack of the night for Sunnyside.
Line has done great job for the Panthers. Both lines, defensive and offensive, for the Panthers have been great. Sermon shotgun, 2 receivers left side, gets a couple of Grizzlies to jump.
2nd time tonight, Sermon's been able to do it.
So that'll make a little bit shorter 3rd and long. Instead of 3rd and 15, 3rd and 10 now for the Panthers. The ball will be moved up to the Wenatchee.
No, they're going to say it's on the offense.
Oh,
Motion
boy.
on the offense.
Oh, boy.
How about that?
Huh.
I think they went the wrong way with the mark-off here. Yes. Our officiating crew, Mike Penning, the referee, told his umpire, Jeremy Wallace, other way with that. Our lines is Nathan Hahn. The judge is Terry Ayton. The back judge, Troy Holtz, here tonight. Our Chelan County football officials crew.
3rd down and 10 now, Panthers. A little better situation. Sunnyside showing blitz. Will they here on this 3rd and long? Why not? Down 21-0. Sermon shotgun with Blauman back there with him. Going to help in the pass protection. Pass over the middle. Caught by Amezcua. Enough for a 1st down at the Panther 45-yard line.
13 yards on the pass play to Amezcua. And boy, he is really showing me his improvement over the season on his ability to catch those balls in traffic. Got hit badly in the legs there. Pops up, says, hey, feed me some more.
And the kid is quick, and he's really fast. A very good weapon for the Panthers. But I'm with you, Eric. A very unsung hero in this Panther offense, and he's played better every single week. Panthers now 1st down and 10 as we are under 3 minutes left to go here in this 3rd quarter.
And you see Wenatchee not in too big of a hurry to get out of the huddle here, chew up as much clock as they can.
5 seconds on the play clock, now 3, and that forces Sermon to call a timeout, running out of time, and the Panthers will call one.
Our broadcast tonight on the NCW Life Channel brought to you by Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, your comfort-trained specialist specializing in commercial and residential HVAC systems. Online at dicksheatingwenatchee.com. I'm sure our camera crew would love to get a little heat from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning here. Also brought to you by Global Car Care, a quality auto repair facility with highly trained technicians celebrating over 25 years in the car care business. They speak your car's language at 1840 North Wenatchee Avenue. And by Confluence Health, dedicated to improve their patients' health with safe, high-quality care in 12 communities throughout north central Washington.
Well, the Panthers led at 14-0 at the break. Only scoring we've had so far in this 3rd quarter, an 80-yard punt return by J.J. Jelsing, and that's where we sit right now, 21-0. Panthers facing a 1st down and 10 at their own 45-yard line. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left as well. Now Amezcua in motion. Handoff instead to Blauman. Middle of the field, gets up to midfield, and just like that falls forward for 5 yards, just like it's nothing for Nathan Blauman.
Great blocking up front for him by Vincent Bentley, that 6'4", 315-pound junior. Talked with Coach Jagla about getting big guys like that. I said, how in the world do you find these kids? Where are they from? He goes, hey, there's something in the water here. Look at how many of the offensive line for the Wenatchee Panthers over the years have gone on to play D1 football.
Cody O'Connell, Trey Adams, too, would come right off the top of your head. Trey still playing for the Huskies.
Yep.
All right, 2nd down and 5 for the Panthers. Quick pass left side, Obadiah Young, and he's got all kinds of field. 20, 10, touchdown Panthers, 50 yards, Obadiah Young.
Hey, Grant, that's your game. I know that Sunnyside has the ability to score quickly. Wenatchee has had that the recipe here tonight. And what a well-designed play, just one-on-one, good blocking on the edge, and Young racing for the 50-yard touchdown.
How about that? Panthers go on an 85-yard drive, take up about 4 minutes of this 3rd quarter, and now lead it 27-0. Here's Gonzalez for the point after. Kick is up, plenty deep. Did it go through the middle? Yes, it did. And it's good. Minute 56 left to go, 3rd quarter. It's all Panthers now. Wenatchee 28, Sunnyside 0. We're back in 30 seconds.
What's your Automocha emergency?
It's a Frapita mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate Frapita.
Definitely the espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha for pitas.
A peach Red Bull.
That Panthers scoring drive, 6 plays, 85 yards, took 4 minutes, 5 seconds off the clock, 50-yard touchdown pass. Camden Sermon to Obadiah Young. Gonzalez kick is good. We're now at 28-0, Eric Grandstrom.
Well, you said that this week. You said that you thought this might be a lopsided game, and what's turning out to be that so far.
Gonzalez once again kicking against the wind. It bounces.
Look out, that's a live ball!
It sure is. Still alive and finally covered by Sunnyside at the 25-yard line. That was so dangerous for the Grizzlies over there. They've kind of lost their punch. I saw them on the sideline during our timeout, Eric. They look pretty defeated right now.
Oh, Malik Simeon was just racing along that far side over there. He just ran right past the football that was a live ball at the 20-yard line. So Sunnyside dodges a bullet there.
Boy, they sure do. You would get it to 24 with 1:53 left to go here in this third quarter. Boy, it's been all Wenatchee here in the third. Handoff Fernandez. That's the most room he's had in a while up the middle, and that's gained for about 10 there. All the way up to the Wenatchee, or I should say the Sunnyside 34-yard line.
Flag penalty flag down.
Might have a face mask. I think I saw that initially, Eric.
So they'll add on to that 5-yard variety.
It was a nice 10-yard run that time by Fernandez.
We'll get an Eastmont score for you coming up here in just a minute, Grant. 6 penalties and 65 yards now against Wenatchee unofficially here in this ball game.
First down and 10 as the ball is moved up now to the Sunnyside 39-yard line. Pass. It's Rodriguez out in the left flat, and he is tackled immediately out there.
See, you don't need to do that. Esquivel, after he makes a fantastic open field tackle against one of the best athletes in the Big Nine, stands over him and tries to intimidate him and gets a 15-yard unsportsmanlike.
It's just the dumbest play in football, it really is, because you're not proving anything. You're doing your job out there, so there's no use celebrating about it. Just go about your business, and that will hurt the Panthers, as once again Eric mentioned it. Personal foul penalty, and Esquivel hasn't had all that much playing time tonight either, so back to the sideline for Esquivel. Sermon has a word with him or two. So first down at 10 for Sunnyside as this ball gets moved all the way to the Panther 43-yard line. Coach Devereaux working the official on the sideline with 1:27 left to go in this third quarter. Panthers up by 4 touchdowns, 28-0. Rodriguez handoff up the middle, and it's Escamilla, Devin, and he gets hammered at about the 26-yard line. What a pop by Pike that time.
16 yards on that gain, though, Grant.
One of the best running plays so far tonight by the Grizzlies. Once again, Rodriguez under center. Same play, Escamilla again, and why not? Does get a yard out of it. Clock moving. Now under a minute to go here in this third quarter. Great to have you along here on the NCW Life Channel. The game of the year so far in the big night has turned out to be not so much. It's been all Panthers tonight, 28-0, but Sunnyside in the Panther end of the field, not quite in the red zone yet, but knocking at the door at the 26-yard line. Handoff again, and again it's Arturo Fernandez taking back. Does manage to get back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's no gain. Brings up 4th down.
Sim Cass coming up with a stop there for Wenatchee. No gain on the play. Let me get you a score here from down at Zempel Stadium. Mid-third quarter, Eastmont 35, Eisenhower 13.
So the Wildcats taking care of business down in Yakima tonight. 3rd down and 9 now for the Grizzlies. The ball at the Panther 26-yard line. Under pressure again is Rodriguez. Gets away from one of the Lloyd Hammers, but then he doesn't get away from big number 55, Chase Lloyd Hammer, and manages once again to get back to the line of scrimmage.
I think they're going to mark him a yard shy of the line there, so that's the 5th sack of the night for the Panther defense. And boy, this sophomore Logan Rodriguez came in high-flying offense for the Sunnyside Grizzlies, but he has just been given his lunch here tonight.
And that will do it for the third quarter. After 3 here at the Apple Bowl, it's the Wenatchee Panthers 28 and the Sunnyside Grizzlies nothing. We're back with fourth quarter action in 30 seconds. Stay with us. quarter about to begin. And Eric, who would have thought after 3 quarters we'd be talking about a score of 28-0 by either team? It's just a surprise any way you look at it.
Absolutely. Well, Sunnyside has proven, though, through the season they've got big play potential. Not over yet.
4th and 10. This is a big play for the Grizzlies right here, as the play will be stopped before it even had a chance to move along. Pass was caught by Pedroza, and a nice throw by Rodriguez, but we're going to have a false start.
Yep, motion against the offense before they snap the football.
That makes it even tougher for the Grizzlies. It was 4th and 10, now 4th and 15 for Sunnyside, as the ball is moved back to the Wenatchee 32-yard line.
4 penalties, 20 yards on the Grizzlies so far here tonight.
It's been a pretty clean game. It really has. Shotgun again for Rodriguez. Looks right side. He's going to go right side all the way. Obadiah Young on defense there and does a great job. Knocks it out at the last second at about the 15-yard line. And that's about as good a coverage as you can get right there, Eric. Once again, both players a few words. Obadiah Young and Rivera over there. Bad blood. We talked about that between these two teams. It's gone on since last season.
Sunnyside has a 3-game winning streak against Wenatchee. Last year was 14-10. Previous 2 meetings were blowouts by Sunnyside.
They really were. It was 39-7 and 40-7.
The 2 teams met this summer here on this field during summer camp that's hosted by Wenatchee. And 2 got a little testy there, some fisticuffs thrown. And Scott Devereaux says, that happens. It was hot.
It was hot. It sounds like Coach Devereaux. Panthers have it 1st down and 10, in control here, 28-0. A little bit of a mix-up on that handoff as Sermon ran into Plowman. Plowman manages to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And a nice defensive play by Jacob McCroskey, the defensive lineman, a 235-pound junior.
Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Les Schwab Tire Center. Go online to leschwab.com. Find a tire store near you. Be sure to check out their fall tire sale going on now.
2nd down and 9, Panthers. Clock moving, 11:20 left to go here in the 4th quarter. A dejected Grizzly ball club out there right now. Didn't expect to be down by 4 touchdowns. Quick pass, Jelsing, near side. Panthers has some room to run. 45, will he get to midfield? Yes, crosses midfield to the 45. What a run by Jelsing down to the 43-yard line.
That's just want to. That's just want to win, want to succeed, want to get more yards, and the want to and have to by Jelsing. Big play for a 1st down.
22 yards on that play, and Jelsing, so athletic, isn't he, Eric? Just unbelievable athletic. And he's hard to bring down, a lot like Blauman. Big legs, very strong.
Only his 2nd catch of the night for 28 yards, but JJ, both offensively and defensively, has had a huge hand in this one here tonight.
1st and 10, Panthers once again in Sunnyside Grizzly territory. Sermon looks left, goes over the middle. Boy, Coons wide open and just dropped it at the 34-yard line. That would have been close to another Panther 1st down and just couldn't hang on.
He's got that big knee brace on the right side. Maybe heard a little footprints there, footfalls from Miles Newhouse as he went down to lay a lick on the big tight end and dropped it. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for Wenatchee.
The ball was just a shade low, Eric. It hit him about, what, waist high?
Yeah. You got to catch that, though.
You do. Riley's a big kid, but that has to be caught. 2nd down and 10 now, Panthers. Young splits way out left side. Jelsing's on the right. Handoff is Blauman. He's going to try the middle of the field. Take a couple of Grizzlies with him across the 40. Flag comes in late. I don't know what Jimenez.
Helmet there.
Jimenez shaking his head. I don't know if it's going to be on him or not. Blauman lowered his helmet. I think they're going to call it on him, Eric. I think you nailed it.
Yeah.
It's a nice 7-yard gain by Blauman. Personal foul, and it's on Sunnyside.
Yeah, how about that?
So that
could have gone either way. You know, they
7-yard gain will stand.
They call that 95% of the time, or 98% of the time, on the defense when there's helmet-to-helmet contact like that. But, you know, there's several times where you see the offensive ball carrier put his head down. Blauman put his head down right
on
there.
On every level, Eric.
Absolutely.
Every level it happens.
It just is called so much on the defense.
And it's being called less this year, though. Have you noticed that in general, that call helmet to helmet, we're not seeing it as much called this year at any level, college or pro or here in high school. 10.5 minutes now exactly left to go, fourth quarter. Clock continues to move. Panthers continue to move as well down the field, deeper into Sunnyside territory, now at the 23-yard line. Here's Blauman, speaking of 23, might be a hold, and it is right side. Blauman gets to the 15, but it's going to come back.
Yep, just a little too much of the fistful of the jerseys there on the end by Cameron McKenzie. We saw him take a ball into the end zone as he was hanging on tightly to that football, hanging on tightly to a jersey right there.
That was pretty obvious. We saw him just plant the defensive player right about the 20-yard line, and this will come back.
Broadcast brought to you by BioSports Physical Therapy. Find them online at biosports.net. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Also by Impact Auto Sales. They strive to impact your life, not your wallet. You can expect a hassle-free car buying experience at Impact Auto Sales in Wenatchee.
First down and 20 now for the Panthers. Ball back at the 33-yard line. Sermon shotgun, claps his hands. Ball out in the flat. Jelsing, why not get your athlete open out there? Trying to strip the ball. Jelsing's still on his feet. Ball will be marked down prior to the 30-yard line.
That was just a good athletic play by the defender over there, Jonathan Sanchez, one of the most talented athletes on the field for Sunnyside. He just fought through the block of Riley Coons, able to make the stop.
No gain whatsoever. It'll remain second down and 20 now. Ball still at the 33-yard line. Clock moving. Panthers in control of this one and will be in control of the lead in the Big 9.
Sermon now 10 of 22 in the ball game for 179 yards.
I think he's managed it pretty well.
Yeah,
I really do. Sermon, shotgun.
Dawson Pike wide to the left.
Sermon's looking that way. Now it goes over the middle of the field. Has a receiver there. It's Blauman out of the backfield. Why not? Gets all the way down to the 25-yard line. A nice gain of 8 yards. That'll bring up third down and 12 for the Panthers at the Sunnyside 25-yard line.
Believe it or not, that's Blauman's first catch of the night.
And I think he could really be used more even in that capacity. He's got some great hands out there. There's a lot of weapons on this Panther team, a lot of speed out there. It's hard to feed everybody the ball.
Yeah, there are not enough balls to go around.
Right. Sermon shotgun, split right side. It's a Mezqua as well as Jelsing. Ball's going to go left instead. Wide open is Pike and overthrown just slightly. That may have been wind caused, even though the wind is down a little bit now here in the fourth, but just over the outstretched arms of Dawson Pike. And that brings up fourth down now for the Panthers. And I would say this is GOAT territory, wouldn't you, Eric?
Yeah, I mean, you're up like this, why not?
Right.
Sermon, you see him, he doesn't have that traditional over-the-shoulder throw. He kind of slings it. And when you sling it like that, you have a tendency to get that nose of the ball to get up a little bit, and it can just kind of skate on you.
Especially in windy conditions.
Right.
Sermon shotgun going forward on fourth down and 12. Everybody back for Sunnyside, but the pass is caught at about the 15. It won't be a first down, but a nice pitch and catch for a 10-yard gain to the 15, but it will be just shy of a first down, and the Panthers will turn it over on downs.
That's a turnover on downs. First and 10.
Our broadcast here on the NCW Live Channel brought to you by Highlander Golf Course and Grill. Call the Pro Shop to schedule your time of their Full Swing S4 widescreen golf simulator at 884-4653. Plan your next tournament or event today.
Sunnyside will have it at their own 15-yard line. That's the first time in the last 6 possessions that Sunnyside has had a stop against the Panthers. And they now have it first down at 10. 8:41 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Rodriguez back to pass, flushed out of the pocket, throws left side. There's Rivera, beautiful catch along the sideline at about the 28-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down, gain of 13. There's Rivera showing you the talent he has right there, Eric.
Yep.
Beautiful footwork.
44 yards and 4 catches here for Rivera. Not his typical night, that's for sure.
Not at all. First and 10 for the Grizzlies. 8.5 minutes left to go as Rodriguez pulls it down. Here's Escamilla now. Got some room across the 40. That's another Sunnyside first down to the 41-yard line.
2 players slow to get up. Bouchon made the tackle, as well as the receiver Escamilla. Gain of 12 yards on that play.
So a gain of 13 and a gain of 12. 25 yards in 2 plays for Sunnyside, moving the ball down the field. Down 28-0. You know they don't want to get shut out here tonight. Pass is a little high that time for the intended receiver for Sunnyside, and that's Adrian Pedroza. He's a big target out there at 6'2", but it goes incomplete. Incomplete pass stops the clock at 8:15. Panthers defensive line and the linebackers have just done an outstanding job here tonight. Second down and 10 at the 41-yard line. Once again, Rodriguez under pressure. And once again, Rodriguez goes down all the way back to the Sunnyside 29-yard line. 12-yard loss on that sack.
Sim Cass coming through with his second sack of the night. And for the Wenatchee defense, rack it up, number 6.
3rd and 21 now for the Grizzlies. Ball back at their own 30-yard line. Motion, and we've got some movement on the offensive line. It's going to be on the offense. Oh, wow, instead of a 3rd and 21, it's a 3rd and 26 now for the Grizzlies, making things even tougher on themselves. The ball moved back to the 25-yard line.
We kind of joke about that. You know, how many of those plays do you have in your tackle box? Actually, Sunnyside does.
They do with all these athletes for sure. Screen pass set up, but you got to get rid of it. And Rodriguez didn't. Lloydhammer drops him down at the 11-yard line. They're going to move it up to about the 12.
Chase has just had his hair on fire all night long for the Wenatchee Panthers. He was out there at halftime, part of the homecoming celebration. And boy, can this senior celebrate here tonight.
Boy, absolutely. What do you do now, Eric? 4th and 39. Is that in your tackle box?
I would punt this away, and it looks like they are.
Mike Rivera back to kick. J.J. Jelsing back to receive this punt. Rivera, not a bad kick against a dying wind now, but it takes a Wenatchee bounce and bounces all the way down to the Sunnyside 30-yard line.
17-yard punt.
Boy, and the wind has died down somewhat. You look at the flags now, not as bad as we've seen tonight, but
I think our camera crew would disagree with you,
yeah,
Grant.
Probably.
Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Town Toyota, your automotive home to quality and reliability in North Central Washington, and by Automoca. Visit one of their 6 locations in the valley, including the only Automoca with inside seating on 5th Street across from the college. What's your Automoca emergency? This is the most complete game I think we've seen Wenatchee play all season.
I agree with you, Eric, 100%. 6:56 left to go in this ball game. Panthers in control, 28-0, and they have the ball 1st and 10 at the Sunnyside 30-yard line. Here's Blauman on the inside handoff. Gets about 4, not quite to the 25-yard line. Going to see a lot of Blauman, I think, now. Panthers would love to probably push this in for another score, but they'd love even more to run this clock down to nothing.
17 carries, 111 yards for Nate Blauman here tonight, and that just continues to add on his season as he came in the #1 rusher, had 1,119 yards coming in and 16 touchdowns. He did find the end zone here again tonight for Wenatchee on the ground. Just continues an amazing junior season for
crazy,
Wenatchee.
Isn't it? Sermon, shotgun. Blauman in the backfield. There's a delay handoff to Nate. Tries the left side, stiff arm. We've got a penalty flag now. Might be a hold in the interior of that line of scrimmage. It was a loss of 2 on the play.
And they're going to get him for 10 here. So, again, the only negative of the night for Wenatchee has been the penalties. That'll be 9 penalties and 100 yards against Wenatchee here with the penalties tonight. Our broadcast brought to you by Jefferson, Danielson, Son, and Aylward Attorneys, delivering quality and innovative legal services to North Central Washington since 1946. Online at jdsalaw.com. Also by Weinstein Beverage Company, a family-owned business proud to support local high school teams. Find them on Facebook, on Instagram, as well as on the web at weinsteinbeverage.com.
6:05 left to go, 4th quarter. Homecoming night here in Wenatchee for the Panthers, and the home crowd very happy on homecoming 2019 as the Panthers lead this one 28-0. They're going to take sole possession of 1st place in the Big 9, the only team undefeated. That huge game against Eastmont looming here in a couple of weeks. It's 3rd and 19 for the Panthers now with those penalties. Sermon back to pass. He's back into Wenatchee territory. Throws it, just gets rid of it out of bounds. over by the line crew, who, by the way, we got to say this every time, the best in the state of Washington.
Absolutely, and thankfully, one of the line crew almost grabbed that football, because otherwise it would have hit our camera over there.
Good thing they're all athletes over there, right?
We should mention it's a little odd here because our cameras, we might lose track of where the cameras are for you watching it at home sometimes, because we're on the opposite side of the field from where the cameras are.
Right.
So we might say near side, far side.
And I do it a lot. I don't mean to.
You're watching it going, what is he talking about?
Right.
That's the near side.
I don't mean to do that, but I know I do. 3rd down, 19, 5.5 minutes left to go. Sermon's going deep. Boy, had Esquivel for a second there, but good coverage by Rivera. He's got that great speed and recovery speed. He caught up to Esquivel. Pass goes incomplete, and that brings up 4th down.
Late 3rd quarter down at Zeffel Stadium. Eastmont 42, Eisenhower 20.
That's a turnover on downs.
Probably another big night for Carson Talley, I'm guessing, for the Eastmont Wildcats.
We'll be at Eastmont next Friday night for their senior night, as they'll take on the Moses Lake Chiefs. And all things being equal, Moses Lake was winless coming into tonight, so you would assume that Eastmont would win yet again, and then that battle for first place in a Big Nine coming up on Thursday, November 7th.
Panthers move. It's Waterman on the left side of the line. Panthers will be moved back a little bit.
Skye Blauman wants a little more room to punt here.
He's with the wind, so you know he needs some more room. But boy, you look at the flags now, they're just dying down. So the wind has died down. Still chilly out there, though, about 55 degrees.
I just saw Marion give you the hooey on you, Grant.
Oh, I'm sorry, Marion.
Yeah, are we thinking snow possibly next week, Grant? Are we going to be playing in some snow?
No,
maybe
I don't
next
see
Friday?
that, but it is really going to cool down, and this is going to move it up.
Oh, wow. I thought that was easily on the offense, but maybe the defense jumped in the neutral zone there.
And that caused Waterman to stand up then, I guess. So instead of 4th and 19, 4th and 12, or 4th and should be 4th and 14, right?
Yep.
Here's Blauman with the punt off the inside of his foot, I think. But luckily, Panthers were about midfield, so that ball goes out at the 12-yard line. And that's where Sunnyside will take over with 5:29 left to go here in the 4th quarter. Sunnyside just hasn't had very good field position to work with this ball game either. Tonight, they're at the 12-yard line here, the 15, their own 24. They haven't started a drive in Wenatchee territory one time in this game.
So special teams has been huge. J.J. Jelsing with an 80-yard punt return for a touchdown here tonight.
Here's the handoff. It's Fernandez, left side, runs out of bounds. Almost got hit late, but the Panther let up at the bench. I think it was Bouchon.
Gain of 10 yards. That gives Fernandez 68 yards rushing unofficially on the night.
Boy, and a ton of carries though, Eric, right?
He's got 22 carries.
Wow. I don't know if they're going to give him first down. They just did. Now they're going to get the sticks to move. Boy, that was right at 10 yards, that's for sure.
Even with the blowout tonight, we got to talk to the kids after this one. So we will have a post-game show coming up here on the NCW Life channel. So be sure and tune in for that after the game's conclusion.
Devin Escamilla gets it up to the 25-yard line, gain of 3 yards. I think Sunnyside at this point's cold, Eric. They just want to run this clock out and get the heck on the bus and head home right now.
Well, and they're
not out of it.
No,
they are not out of it.
absolutely not. What they hope for is for Eastmont to knock Wenatchee off here in a couple of weeks, and then we've got a 3-way tie for first place, and that means a mini tiebreaker.
Isn't that going to be something if it happens? Handoff. Once again, Fernandez. I don't know if he was down or not. The whistle did blow forward progress stop. Gain of about a yard.
That was Alex Dorton on the tackle, and yeah, he brought him down on top of him.
Right.
So the ball carrier is not officially down, but the whistle did blow.
Eric, I think the player of the game has been this Panther defense.
Yes, absolutely.
Without a doubt. We had the offensive line one week as the player of the game, and I think this defense is just amazing.
I'm thinking of Lloyd Hammer brothers and J.J. Jelsing on our post-game show.
I agree. Here's Rodriguez back to pass. It's complete. A catch at the 35-yard line, and that's a gain of 7 and a first down. 4:13 now left in the game. Clock once again moving. 1st and 10. Little misdirection. Escamilla this time gets away from the tackler, and Bouchon finally brings him down, but not till about a 10-yard gain for Escamilla up the middle.
And a Sunnyside first down.
4 carries and 28 yards for Escamilla here on the night. So the stats won't look too bad, at least as far as the rushing game is concerned, but the passing game just not there all night for Sunnyside.
Once again, delay handoff. Escamilla, Lloyd Hammer, Dorton, all in on that stop once again. We've been mentioning their names. Ty Waterman in there as well.
Dorton had a hold of that football, almost stripped it away from him.
No gain, back to the original line of scrimmage.
Just a couple of yards.
Yeah, 2nd down and 8, that's right. It was 1st and 10, so give him 2. 3.5 minutes left to go in this one. The Panthers will move to 5-0 in Big 9 play. Lots of time this time. Screen pass set up. It's Rivera, who's very dangerous, and a nice tackle by Josh Bouchon, who stopped what could have been a pretty big gain.
I'll tell you, Bouchon has really showed up the last couple of weeks as well. He got the start in the defensive backfield for Wenatchee here a week ago against Davis, played well, and has really shown up here again tonight defensively.
I think every time he gets in there, it shows up, fits in there, and so does Ty Waterman. They both play well.
Yeah.
Again, just 253.
Not enough snaps for all these kids here for Wenatchee.
That's right. That's right. What a problem to have, right? 3rd down and 6 now for the Grizzlies. Ball at the 49-yard line. Pass out in the flat. It's Fernandez. Tried to make a move and then is dropped by Esquivel, shy of the first down. Be a gain of about 3, needed 4. It'll bring up 3rd down.
Pretty good open field tackle there by Esquivel. That's
really
a very dangerous man coming his way.
4th and 1, expecting Fernandez here. It's not. It's the up back, and he is not going to get it. Escamilla, there is Lloyd Hammer with the stop and the flex as he comes off the field, and that was a play by Chase Lloyd Hammer.
I'm telling you what, Wenatchee has just physically dominated Sunnyside here in this game, especially up front on the offense.
Hips across the way, shaking his head. I don't think he expected this dominance by the Panthers either, as Wenatchee will start this drive now at their own 45-yard line.
Grant,
2 minutes, 20 seconds left to go.
I'm going to hand the stats off to you so you can add those up, and I'm going to head down to the field, get ready for our post-game show coming up on the NCW Life channel.
1st and 10 Panthers at the own 45. Here's Blauman. Gets high load as he almost reaches midfield to the 50. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. That'll be a gain of 4 for Blauman.
Angel Valencia on the stop for the Grizzlies. 2nd down and 6, Panthers.
Sermon comes in from the sideline with the play. 1:50. Time is moving here. Again, Eric is going to visit, I believe, with the defense, right, Eric? And, well, at least a couple of the defenders.
Jelsing and Lloyd Hammer.
Yep, J.J. Jelsing and Chase Lloyd Hammer will be Eric's guests after the game. The defense has played outstanding as Sermon just takes a knee now. Sunnyside not going to call any timeouts, and that should do it here. Bring up 3rd down and 7. Clock still moving. It won't quite do it. Once again, clock moving, 1:13 left to go. Panthers still just letting this clock run. Coach Devereaux telling his team, you stay on this field and stay behind the white line on that sideline. Is now 1 minute left to go. The Wenatchee Panthers are going to move to 5-0 in Big 9 play and drop the Sunnyside Grizzlies to 3-1 on the season. The Panthers will also improve to 7-1 overall on this fantastic season. Only loss was to Mount Si that first week. Mount Si still ranked statewide in 4A football, and the Panthers, I think, have to be mentioned in that same breath. Clock moving, 32 seconds left. 4th down and 8 now for the Panthers. And the Panthers, it looks like, can just let this clock move. There's about a 1 second differential between a game clock and play clock, and they are going to let it go, and this is going to do it. Wenatchee is going to go on for a big win. It's the Wenatchee Panthers 28 and the Sunnyside Grizzlies shut out nothing. So the Panthers remain undefeated as Eric Granstrom makes his way down to the field. Once again, he will visit with Chase Lloydhammer as well as J.J. Jelsing, Alec Dorton as well. The Panthers defense just played unbelievably well tonight, and that will do it. Our final score from Liebofto Field at the Apple Bowl: Wenatchee 28 and Sunnyside nothing. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, come back with halftime stats and our post-game show with Eric Granstrom when we return in 2 minutes. Keep it right here.
No calories, no sweeteners, all smiles. Bubbly sparkling water. Crack a smile.
JDSA Law is a proud sponsor of these local sports broadcasts. They've been serving North Central and Eastern Washington since 1946. For over 70 years, their team of dedicated professionals has delivered quality, innovative legal services. JDSA Law partners with you to provide the finest legal advice and support as you navigate your personal and business challenges, risks, and accomplishments. At JDSA Law, they salute our local athletes and wish them well on another excellent season of competition.
Highlander Golf Course is proud to announce their 2 new state-of-the-art full-swing golf simulators with over 80 courses of virtual golf to choose from year-round. Or try their Laser Shot simulated firearm program, or gaming with football, basketball, and much more. Enjoy Highlander food and drink service from their full-service bar and grill in the comfort of their simulator room. Call the Highlander Pro Shop to book your time at 884-4653. That's 884-4653.
At Town Toyota, we believe in our community, and we're proud to support this broadcast of local sports. Town Toyota defines reliability and value in both its products and in the dealership itself. We are home to legendary products like the RAV4, Highlander, and Camry, not to mention Tundras and Tacoma trucks. Of course, we offer service for everything we sell and a great selection of pre-owned and certified vehicles as well. So enjoy the game and visit Town Toyota for all your automotive needs.
Grant Olson and Eric Granstrom back with you at Liebofto Field at the Apple Bowl, where on Homecoming 2019, it was all the home team. The Wenatchee Panthers rolling over the Sunnyside Grizzlies by a final score of 28-0. The Panthers led 14-0 at halftime, and then scored more in the second half. An 80-yard punt return on the second possession of the second half for the Panthers. J.J. Jelsing that 80-yard punt return. The PAT by Gonzalez good. That made the score 21-0. And then on the next possession, the Panthers go 6 plays, 85 yards. This was a huge drive at the end of the third quarter. It took off 4 minutes, 15 seconds off the clock. It was a 50-yard pass. Obadiah Young from Camden Sermon. Once again, Gonzalez PAT is good, and the Panthers go up 28-0. Wenatchee did have some chances in the Sunnyside territory in that fourth quarter, but didn't punch it in, and that's how we ended up on scoring anyway at 28-0. As far as individual stats go, let's begin with the Sunnyside Grizzlies on the ground. Arturo Fernandez, not a bad night on the ground, not quite what he's used to though. 70 yards on the night on 23 carries for Hernandez. That means the Grizzlies had 102 rushing yards in the ball game. As far as passing, or also rushing, I should say, Escamilla had 6 carries for 32 yards, but unfortunately, the quarterback, Logan Rodriguez, had a tough night. 9 carries for minus 20 yards on the ground for Rodriguez. Through the air, though, for Rodriguez, not quite what he's used to, that's for sure. 11 of 33 for 128 yards. Total yards for the Grizzlies in this ball game, 230. Now for the Wenatchee Panthers quickly. Nathan Blauman, 18 carries, 150 yards. Sermon, 10 carries, 51 yards. Through the air, Camden Sermon, 12 for 27, 197 yards. The Panthers finished the night with 365 yards on the night, whereas Sunnyside, as I mentioned, total yards, 230. Let's go down to the field now, and Eric Granstrom. Eric? All right, well, Eric's got Chase Lloydhammer as well as J.J. Jelsing standing by. The defense was outstanding. Now it's Eric.
Gotta get audio figured out here before we get too much further. Okay, now we're doing it as we're here live on the NCW Live channel with our postgame show. J.J. Jelsing and Chase Lloydhammer joining us here. First of all, guys, the defense was spectacular tonight. I had you guys for 7 sacks in the ball game. Did you guys expect to be able to do this tonight against a vaunted Sunnyside team?
Yeah, we did. We just knew what we were getting into, and we just watched a lot of film on them, and we just knew coming in that we were going to dominate.
That sophomore quarterback's been throwing the ball around, but quick passes. What was the key for you guys against him coming in?
Hope our corners covered him really well. We just wanted our corners to cover the receivers really well, and then we could get to him in time.
How fun is that between you and your brother to meet back at the quarterback?
Oh, it's so awesome. I love doing it with him, and I don't know, it's just a great experience that not everyone gets to do.
Now, do you guys get anything special for getting a sack? Do you get a sack lunch or anything like that? Or
No, we don't get anything like that. Oh yeah, brownies. We get brownies from Nathan Blauman's dad.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
All right.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. Well, speaking of corners covering, first of all, are you okay? You look like you're a little bit hamstrung out there.
Yeah, I'm great. Bumps and bruises, obviously, but got to fight through it, so.
Talk about, of course, these receivers. We've heard all about them. We've read all about them. You guys shut them down tonight.
Yeah, all week at practice, just working the same thing over and over again. We all knew coming into the game we were better than them on the defensive end and offensive end. So just the preparation came down to watching film, figuring out what steps they do before they run their route. Just all that type of stuff, preparation in general.
Let's talk about that punt return. Nice tightrope down the sideline, by the way. We had it for about 80 yards. Congratulations on that. Tell me about that punt return.
Probably the best feeling in the world is running kick return to punt return back. That's just something I like to do. I had great blocks on the sideline, and then just broke it free after the last dude.
Big shutout tonight here defensively for the Wenatchee Panthers, as Coach Devereaux's in here as well. This will make the homecoming dance a little better tomorrow?
Yeah, it's going to be pretty fun. Yeah.
And wait, your coach was telling me that not everybody has dates. Do you have a date for tomorrow? I mean, you're involved in the homecoming royalty, for goodness sakes.
Yeah, I do. Shout out Jaden McGuire.
Your goals are still intact. You guys wanted to get through this, remain undefeated. Can anybody beat you guys?
I don't know, but the big test is Eastmont, so we'll see. Hopefully we can come out victorious. But
okay. Yeah. All right. Well, enjoy those brownies, Chase.
Thank you.
All right. There you go. Chase Lloydhammer, J.J. Jelsing is joining us here on the postgame show. We're going to take a quick break, come back, and we will get Scott Devereaux, head coach, and his thoughts about this one as the Wenatchee Panthers win it 28-0 over Sunnyside, remain undefeated in the Big Nine. We're back with more right after this.
At Harvest Valley Pest Control, we know you are committed to making your home and business a healthy and pest-free place. Hi, I'm David. Give us a call and we'll give you a firm price over the phone and schedule a time that works for you. We will do an in-depth 30-point healthy home or business inspection and craft a customized plan of action designed specifically for your pest issue. Give us a call or visit our website today.
My awesome is being able to share my passion for yoga. I found yoga in my mid-40s to help me kind of de-stress and calm down, and it actually changed my life. Washington Trust believed in me. I felt like, okay, they got my back. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna go for it. It actually makes you feel like more brave. I do have a lot of awesome in my life.
What's your awesome? Whatever it is, we'll help you get there.
Welcome back here on the Postgame Show on the NCW Life Channel. Now visiting with Scott Devereaux, the head coach of the Wenatchee Panthers, who pull off a big victory here tonight, 28-0 over the Sunnyside Grizzlies. You thought that there were some things that you could take advantage of. Did you think that it would be a domination like this?
I was actually hoping we'd score a few more times in the first half, but everything we thought was pretty much there. We didn't execute perfectly, but we did what we wanted to do for the most part. Offensive line played great. They covered guys the way we thought they would cover them. They did bring in a lot of pressure, which we knew. They got to us a few times. But overall, we kept battling, and answered the bell when we had to.
Your defense was fantastic, especially up front. Those big fellas just came through time and time again. I had you for 7 sacks tonight. Awesome. And the Lloydhammer boys and just meeting at the quarterback. I mean, I don't know. How do you describe that, Scott?
That's awesome to watch.
Yeah.
You got two, a 6'6" kid and a 6'4" kid out there, and it's hard to block guys like that. They're fast and they're long, and they lock out those tackles and go get them. And we mix up our front quite a bit. And we got the pressure on the guy, and it made a huge difference.
Yeah, he looked at times like a sophomore quarterback, unlike what the numbers he's been putting up so far this year. And then those wideouts, they got a couple here and there, but your defensive backs did a great job covering as well.
Yeah, defense, all the way around, all 11 positions, the guys played well tonight. We played a lot of man coverage, which isn't something we often do, but we mixed it up with some zone in and out, and brought some different pressures that we haven't shown a lot this year, and it paid off.
J.J. Jelsing, 80-yard punt return on top of it. I thought this was your guys' most complete game you've played, offense, defense, special teams.
Yeah, I think so, too. It's about time, dang it. Here we are, week 8. We should be clicking like this. And special teams played well. A couple bad punts, but other than that, we tackled well, and the punt return, that was just a huge momentum grabber.
When you saw that wind come up this afternoon, did that change your thoughts about what you're going to try to accomplish here, other than which way you're going on this field?
Not too much. I actually told a couple of my coaches I hope it blows 80 miles an hour, because they like to throw a lot of deep balls, and I thought, just blow, and I don't care. And we weren't going to throw a lot of deep balls unless we had to. Right. But it was a factor, especially in the first half, I think, for both teams a little bit.
Well, congratulations on the win. You guys keep the unbeaten string alive for Big 9 play, and, well, a couple weeks away. That's going to be a fun one to watch.
Yeah, that's the way it should be, though, right? Yeah. Wenatchee and Eastmont, and Eastmont's, I think, is a really good football team. Sunnyside got them, but a little bit of luck played into that as well. So it's going to be a battle in a couple weeks.
Well, enjoy homecoming. Get your dance on.
Yeah, I'll be sleeping tomorrow night. Yeah.
You deserve it.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Scott. Scott Devereaux joining us here on the Postgame Show. That's going to wrap it up for our broadcast tonight, and we had quite a crew that helped us make this one possible. Malcolm Whitehall back in the studios, Tucker Wagner in the van, Dan Kuntz is our line producer. Our cameras tonight were operated by Josiah Davison up top. We had Anna Nelson in the stands, and on the field we had Russ Dane. So thanks to Russ for that, and thanks to, of course, camera number 2, most importantly, Marianne Granstrom, who is far better than myself, for freezing to death here tonight. We appreciate you joining us on the broadcast. And for my partner, Grant Olson, I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks for watching High School Sports on the NCW Life Channel. Tonight's broadcast was brought to you by Harvest Valley Pest Control, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, Confluence Health, Les Schwab Tires, Biosports Physical Therapy, Impact Auto Sales, the Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Town Toyota, Automocha, JDSA Law, and Weinstein Beverage. This concludes today's coverage of high school sports on your home for local sports, the NCW Life Channel.